a thriller. You say you got that thriller, but you out here with that sugar. Sweet nigga, you fluffy like a pillar. And now I ain't no killer, but I'm having you for dinner. See, I got time today. You need to watch the words that you say. You spitting hate in every way, picking up dust like every day. Big guns out, it's time to play. Over there looking like young M.A. Say you the truth, well, how I sway. Cynthia, Nala, how you get paid? Yeah. Why you wanna talk? You don't know what you talk about, nigga. What you talking about, nigga? Why you in the house on the couch? You can clout route, nigga. Why you wanna shout? Turn you out? You a rock cop, get up. Dick all in your mouth, you in route, pussy, boy, I see it in ya. See it, yeah. Shout out to Tags, exclusive to Go. Nala said, Cynthia G. All the people that's out here standing up for people who see. Everybody out here that's blind got a problem with the people who see. But guess what? You ain't gonna stop this movement, baby. Our eyes are open. We gonna keep spitting this motherfucking truth. We don't care what y'all talking about. Get down or lay down. That's what time it is. Yeah.
This is for my ghetto motherfuckers.
40 side, telling me, listen, give me later. After that, TV all night, I'm drinking kids, not night. Shots so bright, bitches squeeze like this. Some things about that D-boom, can't send in D-code, that D-code, push you where you rest in peace, zone. Get your mama's hot shot up, bodies all chopped up. When them bodies pop up, I ain't getting locked up. I barely cruise the block with the seven top. Your back's nothing on my job, cause I blew up the spot. Pressing your kids, pressing your navigator system. My TV, make y'all niggas check the city. It's now in your area. We ain't got to carry it up. Very hard, I'm scared of us. Real niggas, you jump on my knee when the beat blaster. Ain't afraid to stop and clap, stop and clap. Soldier cash money, move your world, stopping that. Asshole, and yo, you on my toes, give a tingle in my line. But stop, only he knows he's a hot boy. Missy sing it out and I'm gon' spit it. Buck proud and screaming loud, daddy, is you with it? If you team, so hang on my bitches, then we gon' rock. We're past out the young, keep up, open wide. In the dull depths, TDE, stay committed, left with many. But if he ain't the winner, I ain't with it, get it. Mommy, look the deal, ain't no heat, touching hotter than a heater nigga. And I think you really should be told when I feel the long shag, keep a long blast. Now look at a nigga, feel all fat. Well, you got your girlfriend, bro, she can get it too. Fuck it, though, I'm honest, you know what I'm saying? No, pay it through. Getting cinematic with it, niggas, if you gotta hit it, fuck the dumbness. Hit it till it's numbness.
Now listen, for y'all saying Eve ate that track, she really did though. That's why it was surprising to me, but not after I found out how much money her husband have. But it was kind of surprising to me that Eve decided to divest herself. But Eve always eat on the track that she on. Eve was no slouch when it comes to some bars and some lyrics. Eve is no slouch though. But that was one of my favorite songs back in the day though. Yeah, Eve did leave. Eve wasn't trying to get the same black man. Stevie J done pushed Eve over there to that man of no color. So black men can cry if they want to. Y'all need to be sitting up there thanking Stevie J and all of his dust and them trash bags. You need to go ahead. They need to go ahead. You was driving a 96 Dodge Avenger when that came out. I bet you could, Nyla. You was probably like blasting it out the window too. I know that's right. I forgot how old I was in 96, but I was listening. I'm telling y'all, I was listening to that song too. I really was. And nobody could tell me nothing, but I mean, that song is just very energetic. It really is. She got, Nyla, you got the link. You might as well just come up here and drill. Because that comment about her playing in Stevie J's Bussy is about to like kill me. It really is. I'm not even, because listen, I don't have the strength right now to die laughing. I got the strength to drill. Like, don't get it twisted. This a whole drill. But I don't have the strength in me to laugh, like, because that's about to kill me. That part about her playing in Stevie J's Bussy, I can't. I can't do it. But y'all, it's been such a long time since I went live, I feel like. And for y'all who don't know, I had the Rona. I'm coming down off of the Rona. I did. I'm coming down off of it. And so, and no, I wasn't laid up on my sick bed if y'all are worried. If y'all wondering. Look, I'm just going to say this because I know how YouTube does it. And I know how they get down. I'll just say it like this. From my experience, what LeBron James said about it was true. I'm just gonna say that. LeBron James' assessment of it fits how I was. It was like a cold or the flu, but whatever. Anyway, but y'all know how YouTube like to play. YouTube want me to tell y'all that I was laid up on my deathbed and tell y'all to go get poked, and I ain't gonna do that. No, because that wasn't my experience. I can only tell y'all my experience, and my experience was like what LeBron James described. So, anyway. Yeah, I hear it is getting everybody. That Omarion is touching everybody, and so I just got touched. It is what it is. But anyway, hey Queen.
Hey.
It has been, I feel like it's been forever since I've gone live. I really do. Pink Butterfly said it was like the flu for her. Yeah, that's kind of how it was for me. Actually, it was the flu-ish symptoms because I don't really get the flu. So it was the flu-ish symptoms that made me take a test because I was like, well, wait, I don't get body aches. Like, I was like, what is this? Leg pain? For what? For what? I don't get leg pain. So that's what made me take a test. And I took 2, and both of them said you got it. So both of them tests said, yeah, you got it. And so it was what it was. But anyway, we here. And I actually wanted to show y'all something. I want to show y'all 2 things, actually. I gotta find these videos. Because I want to show y'all something about these trash bag bandits. Because while I was recovering, trash bag bandits were still crying. They were still crying. And they were crying because they know that Black women shouldn't be giving birth to them. Listen, all of that, whatever a Black man touch turns black. Yo, bliggity, black, black, black. Whatever I look at turns black. All of that goes out the window when Black women saying we closing our womb off. What happened to you? I just want to know for these bandits, since y'all are gonna be in here anyway, you might as well answer some questions before I turn the chat to only subscribers. If you're gonna be in here popping your bussy anyway, you might as well tell me what happened to all y'all's rah-rah, whatever the Black man touch you the seed of your father. What happened to all that? I just want to know what happened to all that. I really do. I really do. Like, I don't want to drill Dusty Bandits. Like, I really don't want to come on here and just talk about how dumb I think y'all are, how remedial and weak and broke. I don't want to talk about that. I really don't. I want to leave y'all alone. But I want to know what happened to all that, whatever the Black man touch. A womb is just a womb. You the seed of your father. Step to the forward, trash bag bandit. Step to the front and explain it. Because I'm telling y'all, we emptying trash bags tonight. And the one thing that y'all keep saying is that y'all high value men, but you keep whining and crying and complaining because a white man won't give y'all some money though, because y'all broke. And I don't care how many of these little demonic Black male worshipers want to run around calling people gold diggers. At the end of the day, first of all, Black men don't got no gold to dig from. Y'all need to get copper mining in your vocabulary, because these dudes are the broke and dustiest dudes on the face of the planet. It just is what it is. It really is. But I want to know what happened to Becky's womb. Why is it not good enough for you to create a baby? See, Black men want you to give birth to them so they can turn around and be the treasonous trash bags that they are and benefit everybody but you. And I don't think y'all should allow them to do that. Why are they over here being room raiders? They just want to rent out your room so they can have some life, so they can send you to meet your maker and go lay up with a Becky and funnel that whatever little bit of coin that a white man gave them. They want to give that to Becky too. And I ain't going. Y'all ain't about to use my womb. You would just go extinct. Listen, if I was the only woman fertile on this planet, Black men would go extinct tomorrow. I promise you they would go extinct tomorrow. Ain't no reason for them to be here. Ain't no reason for Black men to be here. I wish a Black male worshiper would come on here and explain the point of Black men being here. I really want them to. I'm going to open up the phone line. Hey, Nyla.
Hey, Cindy. Maybe Shaka Zulu will call.
Chlamydia.
Hey, Nyla.
Hey, Queenie. I want Chlamydia to call in. I do. I want her to. Listen, don't make me, should I open it up and turn it into a call in if you got smoke for sin?
Girl, why not?
Yeah,
I mean, you got your back.
Let's change the title because it's been too long. Let's change the title. And let's see if some of these raggedy clout chasing, tagging my name 5 million times, trying to get some attention Black male worshipers want to call in, you cowardly bitches. I bet you they don't though. Let me change this title to call in. Because y'all, look, listen, I got time for some smoke.
Not Ving Farquhar.
Yeah, Ving Rhames and Lord Farquhar had a baby. It's like, and she's sitting up here. Listen, if y'all don't stop catering to these broke dusties, okay, because I just went to Walmart and inflation is real. So if you don't got no money, you don't deserve no woman. It just is what it is. It is what it is. But I want somebody to call in and tell me what the purpose of Black men being here. What is the purpose? Because I'm confused. What's the purpose of Black men being here?
Well,
Did y'all hear?
my car.
Did you or Nyla hear about the black men threatening, talking about they finna change the once every 6 hours to once an hour?
Nope. And that's exactly why I encourage all Black women to get strapped and armed up, take a self-defense class. And I don't mean one of these ladylike self-defense class. I mean, learn how to use a machete, learn how to fight defensively. And you know what I'm saying? Learn, like, look, I don't care if it's boxing, kickboxing, taekwondo, whatever. Most of them are not fit because they only eat flaming hot Cheetos and drink all day, right? More likely you're going to be in better shape. They're not strong. The majority of them are not strong. They don't, you can whoop their ass.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm trying to find this video that somebody sent me of this white man giving Black men and their foolishness the business. I get so many different TikTok videos, y'all, but it's like white men ain't playing with Black men and their stupidity. But here's the thing. Let me just tell y'all something. I want y'all to realize how Black men know that they shouldn't be here either. And I'm going to prove to y'all how Black men want y'all to stop giving birth to him. They want you to stop giving birth to him. They know that they so raggedy and broke and dusty with a bussy hole and their mouth hanging open. They already know that they shouldn't be here. It just is what it is. They shouldn't be here. And I dare somebody to call in and give me one reason why they should be here. Why? For what?
Or you get pregnant.
Now let me let y'all listen to this. Because listen, look. Black women, we out here looking foolish and stupid. And y'all go stop. Listen, because I'm a Black woman and I'm not trying to deal with the stigma of Black women's stupidity, but this right here make you look stupid. This right here make you look incredibly, incredibly stupid. Listen to this video right here. First of all, the caption says, the more a woman gets pregnant, the more her value declines. I dare y'all to call up Black male worshipers. I dare you to. Look at what it says. Does this sound like a group of men who want you to give birth to him?
And this is against every other group of men's understanding. Fertility is valued.
Oh yeah, it is. And then look, this white man is about to drill these bandits over here.
White man been drilling. I've been because I was just recording some of these videos. They've been drilling.
Mm-hmm. And I ain't gonna even ask why Kanye West over there whining and crying. She won't let me see my kids. Well, you should have chose better. So you done set up here and stalk these women. You done set up here and fantasize about being in a family. Now you complaining because you got the same white woman. Please. Anyway, this don't look like these bandits want you to give birth to him. They don't. They want you to stop. But the Black male worshipers are stupid, renting out their womb to some trash bags who don't need to be here.
The more you get pregnant, the more your value declines. Stretch marks, losing the value. So everyone's heard that little boy and what he has to say. Now I'll tell you exactly what a man actually thinks. A real man thinks that a woman's value increases 100-fold when she is pregnant. Because not only is she your partner and you love her already, she is now carrying your seed, your offspring. So you go into protection mode. You wait on her hand and foot. You treat her like an absolute queen. You're not worried about stretch marks and the elasticity of her vagina. You're worried about whether she's she's happy and she's healthy and the baby's healthy. You're cooking, you're cleaning, you're making sure she's like a fragile piece of glass in your hand at this stage, and it's your job to make sure you don't drop her. You don't let her drive, you don't let her do anything. You wait on her hand and foot. That's what a fucking real man does. He protects his family and he protects his partner, and he makes sure that everything's all right. He makes sure she takes her supplements and her, you know what I mean, her forever mum pills and her, this guy's a dickhead. This real men.
Listen, I want Black women to understand, I really want Black women to understand how dumb we looking out here, how utterly foolish and stupid we are looking out here. Everybody knows these trash bag bandits don't need to be here except for Black women. Everybody know they don't. They're raggedy. And it really just is what it is. They are raggedy. They ain't doing nothing. They just taking up space. That's all they doing. It's taking up space, whining, crying that white men won't pay them any money, and the fact that women get jobs. If black men are dumb enough to sit up and tell you that a woman being able to get a job and get an education makes him obsolete, then you're just a dumb, expendable trash bag bandit, and you just don't need to be here no more. It's that simple.
That's right.
And I really wish black women would get this through their head. They don't need to be here. They're wasting space.
The jig is literally up. Like, I just feel like the universe, the world, mankind is sick of the whining and the pussy-splaining and the complaining and the crying. They're tired. Like, because it's getting sickening, because everybody is able to point back on the massive issues that come from our community, come directly from the collective of Black men. It's them. Everybody knows it. That's why they're boldly talking about these statistics. They can't find jobs. They're a burden on society. They're not talking about Black women. They're not even talking about the children. They know what the root cause of the issue is, and people are tired of playing around with it. Like, no, you can't sit up and blame racism every 5 minutes when you're dating out all the time. You can't blame racism when you're doing the things that you're doing. And look, the fact that they're not afraid to stop drilling Black women every 5 hours. You're not afraid of racism. You're not afraid of anything. You don't have a compass. People are tired of them.
You know who I'm tired of more though? I'm tired of these black male worshiping. I really hope that they call in. I really do. I want them to call in. Do I think that they are? No, I don't. Because I think they're just as cowardly as the black men they worship. And let me tell you why they really ain't. They know, 100% they know, they can't validate one thing that they're saying about black men if it's positive. Now, they can sit up here and talk about bashing black men all they want to. I bet you can't come. See, this is the difference between me and raggedy, cowardly bitches who want to sit up and worship black men. The difference is I stand 10 toes down firmly in what I'm saying, knowing that ain't no way you can sit up. You can't debunk nothing that I'm saying. Nothing. You can't give a valid reason as to why black men should be birthed into existence. You can't give one. They ain't doing nothing. Period. They just ain't. And that's the difference. When a person can't stand firmly on what they believe, then they run and they hide and they tag you in videos. Bitch, this ain't tag. Stop tagging my name. I ain't gonna respond to you. I'm not. You're raggedy. And quite frankly, I don't care about nothing you saying because I know you can't validate or back up anything. You can't challenge me. No. You just can't.
And really, it's like it's just like them. It's just like the struggle bandits, how they tag and want your attention, clout chasing and all this kind of stuff, cannot get a point across. And I'm just trying to figure out, why is it that these black male worshipers cannot build a platform without responding to what you're saying? It's like they're jumping in front to be defender of every dusty trash bag on the internet. I'm the one that's going to defeat Cynthia G for you. No, you're not. You just gonna end up being a sinner in about 2 years when your ass sitting up there looking stupid because you found out that they all the same black man.
Listen,
you know what I hear? I hear black men screaming at the top of their lungs that they feel like it should be a matriarchal, existence when it comes to the black community, because the black women are carrying the black community on their backs, and we have been since the existence of it. So when they say, your value decreases when the more children you have, and, stop giving birth to black children, and it's your fault and everything is on you, and we ain't finna provide and protect for you. That's just basically saying, listen, we don't want to rule. Black women, go ahead and just go for it. That's what I hear.
And mammies, they want it to be a matriarch. They want it to be a dusty matriarchy, because what they're over there talking about, they need to empower these men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If your man that's pathetic, that you got to empower him.
Let's see if this person want to explain why black men need to be here. 267, you on the line. 267, you're on the line, and we don't got time to hear you breathe. All right, let's get you off the line. Hold on. Whoa, wait, you can go ahead and get up off this line. And this is why I'm saying they're cowardly and weak, and this is why I don't respect any of y'all. I don't. Like, honestly, I don't. Listen, in 2021, in 2022, it's disrespect to everybody who's too cowardly to call in, but you keep tagging my name, though. I don't like weak, cowardly, scary bitches who can't call in. I just don't. I don't. And that's why they can never challenge anything. You too scared. And look, if I cared enough about any of these people who keep tagging my name, be it male or female, to whom it may apply, I would come to your channel and challenge you. I would bring it to your door like you ordered me. I'm not going to sit up from my channel and tag you in it, hoping to get a response. I'm just going to come to your channel. That's what I would do. Because I already know what I'm saying is true, and you can't challenge it, and it just is what it is. I just want them to call in and tell me why black men need to be here. But in the meantime, I want to show y'all something. I want to show you how raggedy, huh?
You know what? I noticed something. It seemed like every time somebody have a problem with anything when it comes to people nowadays, I feel like we living in a bitch-made society because everybody can sit up on their channels and talk shit about all three of us. You know what I mean? Instead of them coming to our door like a grown-up and saying, listen, this is the issue I have with you. The problem that they have is they don't have an issue. The issue that they have is with their own damn self. And they trying to point the finger and try to place blame on somebody else. And that's the reason why they won't come on our platforms and just state what the issue is.
There are three
out there all the
participants
time.
in the phone
People know how to get in contact with me.
All participants
Get up
are
and say what you got to say. What the hell?
No.
What the hell you making videos for talking shit in third person when you can just come see me? Come holler at me. What's up?
Right.
You're right. And say what you got to say. And like when I remember you guys when I was, for people in the chat box, when I was following Tariq, and even when I wasn't following Tariq, if I had a problem with him, I addressed him accordingly. Because I ain't scared of y'all's bussy popping, lip gloss having, I'm addicted to boys, zaddy. I'm not. Like, none of these dudes on here are the challenge to me. None of us, like, what are y'all? Y'all not scaring nobody over here. You're not. You can't match me intellectually. You can't dispute what I'm saying. So you just go whine and cry and bussy pop all over the place. Who cares? And these black male worshipers that are going to suck dick hoping to get a date one day and you ain't. The dudes that you over there sitting up worshiping, they don't want you. They want the women like me. That's what they want. They want us to worship them and we ain't going. And they'll let you sit up there and look like a dumb stone cold idiot fool bitch. They'll let you cyber slurp them, but they don't really want you. 404, you on the line. Why do black men need to be here?
Hello?
You on the line?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. First off, the man got the seed. It don't matter how smart you think you is.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Don't let me talk.
No, you can leave it there at the man got the seed. Okay, go put your seed in white women and create a black man then. Go ahead, go do that then.
That white man just said it. The dude that you was just playing, he just said it, seed. Right?
So what? So what's your point?
All right, well, do you agree with what the white man said? You agree with what he said, like when he was like, why would you put your seed
men don't have a seed. I don't care about his language about the seed.
Excuse my language.
Listen, because I think you missed the point. So let me educate you, because the point that he was making ain't who has a seed. The point was that a woman's value is in her ability to create children. Now, we ain't here to talk about that video. I asked you, what is the point and purpose of black men being here? So you can either answer the question or get off the line. It's just that simple.
Yeah, the all point of being here because sort of to keep the black race continue to go on.
No, black women can do that without you.
No, y'all don't. No, you don't. That's a lie.
Sure we can.
Baby girl.
Sure we can. Guess why? Because we give birth and you don't.
You don't have a seed. You have eggs. Man.
So take your raggedy seed to a white woman then. What's the problem? What's the problem? Take your seed to a white woman. If that's all you need for a black woman, go hit up Becky's womb and ask her to give birth to a black man then.
Who said I want to be with a Becky?
Who cares? You ain't gonna have no choice. You ain't gonna have no choice. You won't have a choice.
Answer the question though. How come you can't answer her
The
question?
majority of
Why
black
do you
women don't
need
even
to
think like that. That's just the ones on the internet.
So why are you on my phone line then? If the majority of black women don't think like that, what's the problem?
Black man, we have a voice now. We can fight our white supremacists back.
You got a voice? Oh, you're so weak and whiny. Who gave you a voice? Who gave you a voice?
God, the Most High.
The Most High don't want you to be here. That's why the Most High told me to tell black women to stop giving birth to you. The Most High don't even want you here. If the hold on. If the Most High wanted you here, would you be a hashtag every other week?
Well,
I didn't think so. Exactly. The Most High ain't interested in you. The Most High ain't interested in you, and that's why you being stomped out like the roaches that you are.
No, black men.
I got a question for you.
The white man ain't our problem.
Sir, I got a question. I have a question. So what you're saying is, okay, so you're saying that the man has the seed. So when a black man puts his seed, okay, wait, let me finish my question. So when a black man puts his seed inside of any woman, it creates a black child. But if a black woman sleeps with a man of another nationality, then that child is what?
Okay, because the man in general, we had a seed. I mean, I don't know if y'all believe. Well, nowadays all black women don't believe in Bible. Y'all
we believe in science. We believe in science. When you read the Bible,
God said a man had a seed. You are who your father is.
You know what God said? Hold on. I don't want to mute you. You know what God said? God said if black woman does not give birth to black men, he does not exist. That is what God said. Okay, exactly. So hold on. So since he didn't say that, go get white women to give birth to you then.
No, because we black women. And
what you know? And we're saying no. And we're saying we don't want to give birth to you. So we saying we ain't gonna give birth to you. So what's the point?
But there's more black women on our side than against us.
So why are you calling my phone line then?
Because
sounds like you ain't got nothing to worry about.
It's like, Cynthia, you brainwashing black women to procreate.
But you said it ain't working.
I can't breed myself.
But you said, sir, you said it's not working. You said most of the women are on your side. So why are you on my phone?
Because you that's a lot of hatred. You trying to brainwash.
So what? It ain't working. So what? It ain't working. So why are you on the phone? Because you got the seed. You got the seed. Hold on. You got the seed, right? You said you got the seed. You said if you put your seed in anybody, it's a black child, and we can't make you go extinct by not giving birth to you, apparently. What is the problem? Why are you calling? Because this is a smoke show. What do you got smoke for?
Only thing that'll go away is our look, but the spirit, you are who your father is by the spirit. We might
You're not though. You're not though. You're not though.
Sisters, man, go ahead and get a white man. You're gonna breed yourself out in the end. You'll see.
No, we just gonna breed you out. No, we just gonna breed you out.
Hey, homeboy, let me ask you. Hey, let me ask you.
You don't have to see you have eggs.
Hey, homeboy, let me ask you. Sir, let me ask you a question. So you said that the message the message of not breeding with people who can't provide or protect for their children is demonic and evil. What is the gangbanging and all the children? Yes, all of the children that are being killed in gang violence, all of the children that don't have their fathers in the home that are growing up in poverty, all the women that are dying at the hands of the men who are getting them pregnant through domestic violence. Is that not demonic?
Yes, absolutely, that's demonic.
Okay, so if hold on. So if a black man goes out and procreates with another nationality of woman, is that considered demonic to you?
No, actually, that's what you're supposed to do. That's just like right now in the dark ages, when black men were ruling, we took our enemies when we had their women like they had our women, and they still got our women. That's what you're supposed to do when you go to war with your enemies.
And you got bread out. Hold on, if you're talking about those raggedy Moors, then you got bread out. It just is what it is. So you got bread out.
Prophecy had to be fulfilled.
What, the prophecy of you getting bread out? The prophet, what prophecy had to get fulfilled? You supposed to not be here? Because the more,
get put in slavery again. That's it. Hey, you gotta check your side too, bro. Yeah, they good.
Let me ask,
I'm sorry, y'all.
Let me ask you a question. Sir, let me ask you a question. So why do you think that it is prudent to be breeding a race of people to be slaves perpetually?
That's just how it goes, man. Even y'all women smart as I don't know what. Y'all know that, man.
So hold on. Maybe we're tired of your slavery. Maybe we don't want to raise children.
Can I say something real quick? Why don't y'all just start telling black women to leave the thugs alone? Y'all can get on the internet and say
because all of
y'all are thugs. All of y'all are thugs. All of y'all are thugs and trash bags. All of y'all are.
Come on, Cynthia.
All of y'all are thugs. That's how I feel about it. All of y'all. Prove to me that all of y'all ain't thug trash bags. Prove it to me.
Yeah, okay, because over 60% of us is in the middle class.
No, you ain't. No, you're not. You're broke. No, you're not. You're broke. What's really happening is most of y'all are broke, and you're costing the government $50 billion, which are brokenness.
Yes, you are.
Man, and I want to know that. When you read that article, it's only like 270,000 black dudes that need a job.
Actually, it says, it's to the tune of millions. Actually, I read that article too. So I don't know about your comprehension. I don't know where you were. You read 250,000, but the opening paragraph says there's over 1 million of y'all broke and dusty.
Over 1 million? That ain't nothing. It's 20 million of us.
Oh my
God!
It's
20 million. Only 1 million. That ain't nothing.
Well, like how useful are you as a male group if it's so many of you? How come you haven't dominated another male group?
Right. Seriously.
Why don't you have any resources?
Since it's 20 million of them and you guys are so powerful and God gave you a voice and you have seeds, how come you haven't dominated another male group? You're useless, aren't you? You're just a bunch of seeds.
Can you say that one more time?
Oh, now he can't hear Nyla.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we gonna go to the next caller because he.
All right, well, go please yourself out. I'm still gonna be here, y'all.
Okay, I bet you won't though. Sure, you won't.
I will, bro.
No, you won't.
You gonna die.
Okay, so take your seed and go put it in a white woman and tell her to give birth to a black man.
I want to put it in a black woman.
No. You gonna go put your seed in a white woman. He needs to go put a seed in a white woman. It's just that simple.
Told me high blood pressure is gonna take his ass out because I hear.
I want them to show us that they believe what they saying. And if you really believe your black seed is about to create a black child with anybody, then he shouldn't listen. Any black man who believes what this man said up here and said that he believes should have no problem with what I'm saying. If you really got the seed, ain't no way you should be on my phone.
They wouldn't be if they really believed in that mess. They wouldn't be worried. They'd be like, "Fine, we're just gonna go get Becky and." And
347, you're on the line. 267, you're on the line. 267, you're on the line.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the line. 267?
Me or him?
You.
Oh, my bad. No, 'cause I heard the Jews talking, but yeah, no, these dudes they shouldn't be birthed, and I ain't talking enough to give you a reason why they should. I feel like black women need to stop just stop dealing with them. Like, they dusty, they dirty, they're derelict. Like, just stop dealing with them. And don't shame other women for getting abortions for aborting these black men babies. Like, stop doing that. I don't like people doing that. It's weird. If females want to get abortions, they should get abortions. If I get pregnant by a dusty, I'm getting it aborted too. It is what it is. Fuck these niggas. We're not about to have these niggas' kids. And that's just what it is. So, no, my bad, though, friend.
No, it's cool. The thing of it is All fun and games with drilling bandits aside, the bottom line is nobody can give a legitimate reason as to why black men need to be here. And I think that's sad.
Like, there's no reason why we should be having them. Like, and I'm mad because, for like, I'm sitting here dealing with dusty shit myself in my own home, but at the end of the day, it's cool. But listen, I feel like black women really do need to stop dealing with them. Like, go divest to other men and, keep a pushing. Let them, like the dude on the first line said, you want to go to Becky, let them go to Becky, let them go to Maria and their Ling Lings or whoever. Nobody care. And I don't know why they think we care. We don't. Nobody care. Nobody wants y'all. Y'all don't have anything. And like, everybody just knows what type of people y'all are. Y'all dirty and y'all dusty. And that's really all the valid. That's just a valid point for you not to have them.
Well, if the only reason he's saying that black men should be here, the only reason is to create black kids, that ain't reason enough. So he's basically saying there is no reason.
So then they're gonna be complaining about single mothers and all this other shit. So if y'all just want to go dumping bitches and all this other shit, create kids that y'all don't even want to take care of, then turn around and complain and blame black women for y'all leaving and then black women staying and raising the kids the best that they can, and then the kids turn out however they turn out. I just don't get it. Like, we always get blamed for everything, and at the end of the day, I feel like black women really just, why y'all? It's like, I don't know. It's frustrating to see because, like, I want so much more and better for black women, and it's like these dudes literally don't want to see y'all win. Like, first off, these dudes don't want to see you do better than them. I was in a relationship with a dude, and he literally set me up, got me lined up to get fucking robbed at gunpoint because I was making more money than him. At the time, I was dancing and shit. But that's back in the days. But for real, like, yeah, it's just weird. And these silly niggas is weird. And I did call earlier. That was me on the first line, and my phone wasn't out muting. So that was me. I wasn't breathing on the phone or playing on your line.
Well, thank you for calling in and saying that. But the reason I'm asking certain questions is because I want black women. I really want black women because here's the thing. Black men can say whatever they want to, but the only way a black man gets birthed into existence is if a black woman chooses to. And I want black women to really think about their decision in doing that. Because if these men, they can't even give you any legitimate reason as to why you should give birth to them. They can't. Because that means they ain't doing nothing. They're doing nothing but taking up space.
Exactly. And for real, I realized at a very young age, I'm 27 now, but I realized when I was in middle school that these niggas ain't shit. Like, I really realized that at middle school. Like, so I just decided not to deal with them, even though I did deal with them, like, sexually. But that was like it. I got pregnant a couple times and got fucking aborted because no, y'all not about to have me up here raising no kids by myself. I don't care. I will get abortion and I don't keep getting it if I get pregnant.
No, don't keep getting abortions. Just protect yourself. Don't keep getting abortions because that's bad for your reproductive system. Just don't get pregnant by them.
I don't want to bring kids into this world, like, knowing how it is. It happens, like, but, I don't think you should get abortions all the time either, but at the end of the day, that's just me. I got two abortions, and I don't think it's that wrong. It's not traumatic. It is what it is. You get abortion and you keep pushing. Like, you ain't got to deal with these niggas. Like, don't. Just don't. If you ain't got to, don't.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling. There's a lot of people starting to call in, so I'm going to go to the next caller, but thank you so much.
All right, but y'all have a good day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. Yeah, I wouldn't advise anybody to get repeated abortions. It's just not. Look, I mean, I can't tell y'all what to do with your body, but multiple abortions, no.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a just in case something happens kind of thing. Or, if you, are choosing not to give birth to a certain gender, maybe, but it's not birth control.
Yeah, and then it's really not healthy and beneficial to a woman to repeatedly get abortions. But at the end of the day, I'm not about to judge her for what she chooses to do. But there's different ways that you can remedy that than just getting multiple abortions.
Well, my concern is she running around here having all this unprotected sex, keep getting all these abortions. But what about AIDS and STDs and all that? I mean, you know what I mean? Abortions don't get rid of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it doesn't. And with these dirty dick bandits out here, I mean, an abortion, you can't abort chlamydia or gonorrhea, or you can't abort that. So you kind of gotta figure out a different way to do that. I knew a chick a long time ago when I lived in Detroit that was like that. She would just, it was birth control for her. And I was just like, girl, you ain't gonna have no womb left.
Yeah. And I'm glad
Yeah.
you said that though, because people are really trying to distort what we're saying and saying that we're just saying go get abortion. That's it. No, nobody's saying that. But it is an option for women if you do not have to be stuck, but you should be. You know, the overall message is responsible and selective breeding. You should not be putting yourself at risk to have a child by dusty anyway. But hey, from what I understand, they got good dingling, so y'all be screwing them. So at least protect yourself. And if
Mm-hmm.
if you get pregnant, you can make an informed decision.
Look, there's a lot of 267s on the line. 267, you're on the line. This is a male. You're on the line.
Yes, how you doing?
Yes.
I agree with you. That is no benefit, and that it would actually benefit the women to not birth children in general, but in your case, the male children. But it also benefits the men if the woman doesn't have children. So as long as you continue to have sex with them, it benefits the men more than the women. Because you said if it's a girl, they should keep it, but if it's a boy, they should abort it. However, black women who are being pregnant are now being killed at alarming rates. So the men are responding by they're not even allowing the women to decide what gender it is because they're killing them. So until the women stop having sex with them, it doesn't matter.
I actually agree with you. And that's the thing. I think that it would benefit black women to be with men who are not expendable, who know what manhood is and who has something to offer. And that's what selective breeding is about. If you happen to find that in a black man, then fine. If by some miracle chance you find that. But I think that we know if we look at not just black women's experience, but look at other races of women's experience too, black men just ain't where it's at. They're really not. They don't want to do better. They're not going to do better. They're comfortable where they're at. And I agree with you. If they're just getting the sexual access without the children, then that ultimately is what they want. But I don't think black men deserve to have sex with women at all. I don't think they should get any women. I think they need to be the eunuchs of society because they don't have any money or social standing and they're completely comfortable being dominated, then they shouldn't get no woman.
Yeah, I agree with that. But they do got some good D though.
Yeah,
They
I
do.
wish I could convince everyone.
As far as the people saying the things they're saying to you, whether it's content creators or people in the chat or other people's chat, that is what, whether you agree with that or not, people are waiting for you to say it because currently you are the face of this movement or solution. So they're waiting for you to so-called lead by example by denouncing that you are going to stop sleeping with them and only sleep with other groups of men. Because as long as you keep saying or skipping around the question, they're going to keep using that against you.
First of all, nobody can use anything against me because I'm not obligated to tell anybody about anything that I do. I'm not obligated to. If I want to have sex with a black man, will I have sex with him? Probably. But nobody knows. For all people know, I could be a born again virgin.
And not only that, I mean, it's not very many black women you're going to find that's not going to have sex with black men. All three of us have sex with black men. But the issue is giving birth to children who are 98% chance that they're going to be in poverty. They're going to inherit dust. That's the problem. We're not talking about having sex. We're talking about doing it the right way.
And here's the thing, the reality of it is, though, you can even be very selective about the black men that you choose to have sex with if that's what you want to do. The reality is that you'll go long periods without it, but you can at the end of the day. These dudes are already running around saying that they're not getting sex from the women they want sex from. So clearly that's already happening. These black men don't want these raggedy black male worshipers. They don't. They'll slum with them because they can't get who they really want. But would I just run around out here having sex with any black man? No, I surely would not.
Right, but according to when you break down our so-called pathology, it might as well be at least 95% of us.
It's more than 95%. It's more like 98 to 99%.
Okay, well that's the thing. So based on those numbers alone, I mean, there's Indian, there's Middle Eastern, all these different guys living in this country. They can just be with them. I mean, that shouldn't be.
And they should. And I agree, they should. I think they absolutely should. Like I said, I don't think black men deserve to have any women until they get resources. And really, quite frankly, only in the black community can the men be completely worthless and expendable, but then have the women chasing after them like it's a prize to be with them. And that needs to stop. It needs to stop happening. The problem is while you have us sitting up here spreading this message, you have black male worshipers with a counter message, telling black women to settle for any black man that they can, telling them to submit to men who can't do anything for them, talking about how they're gold diggers for wanting a man to have money. So you have you have multiple different narratives going on here. It seems like the more that you have black women telling black women to get standards and to be very selective in the black men that they choose to deal with, the more you have demonic black male worshipers popping up, putting out a different narrative, talking about how you need to go 50-50 with them and submit to them and stop requiring them to have money. So unfortunately, I don't have the only narrative out here. I don't.
Right. But people want to do what they're most comfortable with is, and sometimes people who give the best advice don't take their own advice. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like I said...
I'm sorry, when did I have a black son?
I'm sorry?
Since when did I have a black son? When did I give birth to a black... when did I give birth to a black male son? I'm sorry?
I never said that.
Right, but if you're saying people giving advice are not taking their own advice, until I pop out a black male son, then that doesn't apply to me. I don't have a black male son, and I wouldn't give birth to a black male.
Well, I'm not talking about just birth. Like I said, my initial statement was that people should just stop dealing with, like the lady said. But if there's no consistency, it doesn't matter. And I said people are ultimately going to do what they're most comfortable with. A lot of people are only secure, or women in general, if they're so-called controlling a relationship. That's why you have women who might complain about their kid's father paying $800 a month in child support, only to end up with a guy who only makes $800 a month. So at the end of the day, people are going to do what they're most secure with. The message sounds good, but at the end of the day, if people can't follow through, then you're going to have the same complaints.
Well, here's the thing: the women who want to continue doing what they're doing, that is their choice. Here's the thing. I don't control what anybody does. All I can do is say, this is what I think is the solution. And nobody has really presented anything else that would be a solution, because number one, black men are not going to change. Number two, they don't want to change. Number three, change is hard and black men are lazy. So even if they did want to change, they're not going to put the work into changing. So black women they're free. Black women are free to continue doing the same thing that they've been doing, and they're free to get the same results too.
Right. But the reason why I think it's so much inconsistency is because of the intention. If the intention is to use certain strategies in order to gain leverage over the other person, then I mean that could be the reason too.
Who's trying to gain leverage over? Who's trying to gain leverage? Are we trying to gain leverage, or are we trying to completely eliminate a problem?
To get them to change.
No, I'm not trying to get black men to change. let me be very clear about what I'm trying to accomplish. I'm not interested in getting black men to change. I don't think they need to be here. I'm trying to get black women to stop birthing them into existence. The only people I think need to change at this point is black women. Because contrary to what that struggle bandit want to say about the seed, bottom line is if black women don't give birth to black male children, black males don't exist. It's just that simple. And quite frankly, black men already know that because they don't even consider their biracial sons to be black. When they become male adults who are in competition for women against them, that's when they start telling the truth and saying, that ain't a black man. Note that black men are not running around complaining that biracial men are replacing their identity. It's black women who are complaining that biracial women are stealing their identity. And that's because black men don't accept biracial males as black. So they don't believe what they're talking about. They don't believe what they're saying. They don't. When they say that black men carry the seed, they don't believe that. They wouldn't be running around whining, crying, and bussy popping over what they say the minority of women are talking about if they felt like it couldn't happen. The bottom line is the solution is for black women to stop birthing these males who have declared themselves their enemies. That is the solution. I don't care about black men changing. I think they don't need to be here. Most of them don't.
Right, I get you, but the reason why I said that too, because I've been the viewer on for YouTube since 2015. I've seen this solution from Kendall St. Charles back then, and she even said the reason why she was done or why it won't work is because the women won't be consistent. If you're still sleeping with these, even though you're saying that, I hear you, but if these women, by and large, even the ones who don't classify themselves as quote unquote mammies, a lot of them are probably still texting guys, seeing if they still coming over or what time they get off of work. So all that's included as well. And like I said, that's why I said about the intentions. I hear what you're saying, that you don't want them to change, but, you know.
I don't think it's contradictory. I think it's about reality. And I think the bottom line is that we're dealing with generations of conditioning. So black women are not just going to up one night and decide to not have sex with black men just because somebody says don't have sex with them. That's not going to happen. So here's the thing. Like I said, here's the thing. Hold on. Here's the thing. Because you have to put stuff in context. It's not a contradiction for any black woman to have a certain narrative but still be having sex with black men. It is reality. They are black women. It just is what it is. We're dealing with a mindset that has been conditioned and instilled in black women for generations, and it's going to take time. First of all, a lot of black women don't even really believe that black men are who they're showing themselves to be. They don't believe it. They think it's a lie that black men are killing black women every 5.5 hours. They think welfare is still taking black men out of the home and forcing them to not take care of their children. So first of all, black women are not caught up in reality enough. They're not. First, you got to get black women to acknowledge what is actually going on. And until that happens, you're going to still have mass amount of black women having sex with black men because they're humans and sex is a biological drive. It just is what it is.
Right, but they can, that's what I'm saying. I understand that, but they don't necessarily have to have sex with us. They can, I mean, it's already happened all over the
They don't, but again, hold on, they don't, but again, it is natural. Black men are operating in the unnatural. Black men are. It is natural. If you go look at every species of person, of animal, go look at any species, they're going to gravitate towards themselves. In fact, a lot of them will get very aggressive towards something that does not look like them. They will get very aggressive towards something that look like them, that don't look like them, even coming near them. So black men are operating out of the abnormal. Black men are operating out of that. It is natural and normal for black women to want to be with that which looks like them and what they give birth to.
Saying you are picking up on what he's saying though, right? He's basically telling us to stop having sex with them. That's what I keep hearing him say over and over and over again.
Yeah, he is, and eventually that would happen, but you're not going to have that happen before you get black women to realize who black men actually are. You ain't gonna do that before you get through some of this black male worship. That's not going to happen, because we're basically telling black women you have to go out of your natural instinct to go be with someone who looks like you. Like, that's essentially what we're telling them to do. Go out the natural instinct and go find a male group who don't look like you, because at the end of the day, that is just what your situation is calling for you to go to a different group of men. They don't look like you, but at the end of the day, they may be better suited for you. But I do absolutely get what he's saying, and I think eventually it may come to that, but not right now. That's not reality right now. To tell black women to do that is not reality.
You know what? It's interesting that you brought up the nature of the animals and stuff like that. If you look at all of nature, including humans, black men, by and large, are like one of the only species that behave the way that they do. Just like you said, animals in the wild will get aggressive when something doesn't look like them because they view it as a threat. Black men run towards whatever doesn't look like them. Whatever is opposite of them, they run towards it. They worship it. They love it. They support it. They give it everything. They protect it. And it's strange. Like, they don't understand how strange. If they were just, they could sit back and watch ants and they will understand that their behavior is strange. But they don't pay attention to anything going on around them. They're very
but notice how, Queen, notice how that's so true, because notice how honeybees will not even go mate with bumblebees. They won't. They won't go mate with wasps or anything like that, even though they are similar and the same. But because they're not 100% the same, it ain't gonna happen. A lion ain't about to go have sex with no tiger.
Right.
It create no kid.
Right. They're all cats. And even, I mean, anything, birds. I mean, they're all birds, but you're not gonna see no crow, mating with a pigeon. It's
you're
not gonna happen. But black men, oh girl, please, they'll sleep with anything.
Yeah, I saw that when I was in Florida. I was at I think it was called Lake Leola or something. It was somewhere in Orlando, and I was noticing these ducks and these swans, and they had black swans and white swans, and they had white ducks and brown ducks and stuff. And soon as the white ones went near the black ones, they were very aggressively fighting them. Soon as they came into proximity with them. And so to me, I was like, this is really interesting, because these animals are repelling what doesn't look like them. And then you got black men talking about that's what they prefer.
It's almost like what he's trying to say is he wants us to not behave the way nature created us to behave, and do what's natural to all species on the planet except them. You can't tell black women to not have sex with black men when everything in nature is attracted to itself, except you. You're the only thing that's all. Not everybody else doing what you're supposed to do in nature, but you. So how you gonna come and tell us not to have sex with black men like we ain't black? Boy, shut up.
Hold on for a second, because here you go, people talking about ligers. Ligers are a human creation. Lions and tigers don't naturally gravitate toward each other. When you see ligers, it's because some humans in a lab. Some humans created that. It's just like the savannah cats. Those savannah cats are not natural cats. Those are a creation from humans, where those humans created those. Naturally, those animals do not gravitate toward each other. So if you see a mixture, know that that's a human interference, not natural what animals do. Animals ain't doing that. Humans are doing that. So don't bring me no examples of something that some humans made in a lab and then come say, oh, well, there's ligers. Yeah, and humans created them. But let me go to the next caller. And the thing is, you will have to get black women to act outside of their nature. You will have to, but the situation calls for it. The situation calls for black women going outside of what it is natural for them to do. But you ain't just about to have nobody over the course of 5 months say stop giving birth to black men and stop having sex with them, and then it's gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. And I don't expect it to happen. And that's why I haven't told black women to stop doing it, because it's not reality. It's just not reality. They're not going to do it. So since you know they're not going to do it, then you have to give them alternative options. Now, they may not stop having sex with a black man, but they'll go get an abortion. They will go get an abortion.
Right. And that's the point. Just don't give birth to them. You have sex with them all you want. Just don't have a baby.
Right, and that is the most realistic option in this discussion right now. That is the most realistic one. And perhaps for other people, they may not have been effective because they were not speaking within the realm of reality or what's likely to happen. I'm not going to go outside of reality of what's not going to happen just to sound like, okay, well, your message is not contradictory. Like, really? I don't care about that. I understand that black women, first of all, again, most black women ain't even where they need to be mentally to even consider not having a black male child. These are the males that they worship. They worship these males. So getting them to stop worshiping them first is going to be that's a huge task in and of itself, because black women seem to think that worship means is that they're going to church and praising and bowing down to black men on an altar. And that's not what worship means. That's not what worship means. So first you have to get black women to understand that you are indeed worshiping these men and two psychotic demons. We've done that. That is what we've done. We've worshiped them into the demonic pathology that they have right now. It just is what it is. They don't deserve worship. They never did nothing to deserve worship. They don't benefit you at all. And until black women first realize that you are giving birth to males who benefits everybody but you and don't even want to benefit you, ain't interested in it, don't like you, want to harm you, don't want to see any good come to you, then we can't do anything. 404, you're on the line.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. One, I like to say I love your content. You've helped me out so much with your content, because I absolutely agree with not birthing black males, because I've just seen too much, because I've only dated one guy so far, and I've talked to a lot of other black guys. That was enough for me. I just think it's just more better to just like you said, just let them be in their miserable turmoil, and you just go out there and get your money, just have your kids, and you're good to go. Because my mom always tells me a lot of times, stop worrying about what black dudes think. It's just stressful even thinking about it. And what helped me realize that up to date more is when I saw that this black woman was dating this guy on a dating app, and then I think he killed her, and then they were all saying online, "May the dead wench rest in peace." So that's just overkill evil to me when I heard that. So I just like that. I'm not mad at black men. I just think that it's just okay just being independent and just not worrying about them. It just feels more better. I don't even feel upset about that, but I just want to say I love your content, and you're cool.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, I'm in the zodiac sign. What is your sign?
Leo.
Leo?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you say what comes to mind. I like that. Okay.
Sorry, I'm over here trying to get my throat together.
No problem. And I wanted to ask you, because I heard you say that women can still, like, for example, when you said that black men, we can stop creating black men, how do we still be existing? Or do you have a video saying that? I know it's probably a long story, but how does that work with science?
So here's the thing, because science actually suggests that even if there were no males, period, women would revert back to procreating. Now they may be self-procreating. Now it's called parthenogenesis. And that's how it was once before. The only thing is that they would just be creating females. They would just be creating female children. Where the woman's Bartholin gland is now, supposedly, according to the science, they used to be able to self-fertilize through their birthing gland, and you still have the gland in your body. It now just secretes the moisture. That's where the wetness come from. I hope YouTube ain't about to trip over this, but that's where the wetness come from. So from that gland is where they used to produce what was necessary to self-fertilize and create children. And science actually suggests that if men weren't around, that's what would end up happening. There would just be females. Yeah, there would just be females.
Yeah, also there are
what I think.
There's also species of animals and fish that do the same thing. They if they're like, say for instance, they're the males or the females outnumber the other ones, the animals will just change sex. And I don't know if you know this, but all fetuses start off female in their mother's body and then turn into something else. I call it something else. Y'all can call it black men if you want to, but you know.
Yep. Yeah, so that's how it would ultimately that was the timer. So that's ultimately how it would happen. But let me grab another call.
Okay, and thank you very much for your time.
And thank you too. And I want to say this to Black women, because setting standards around Black men seems to be nearly impossible for Black women to do. And listen, there's a number of different things that even if Black women wanted to continue to have sex with Black men, changing your attitude towards them would do a lot of good. If you stop worshiping them, stop praising them, stop publicly declaring that they are your preference, stop acting like they're God's gift to you when you can't even think of any way that they actually benefit you. So changing your attitude and how you deal with Black men will actually present as a solution as well. Those things can be done. Right now, Black women just don't. I think Black women have the expectation that Black men are just going to wake up one day and decide they want to change. And that's not the case. You have to incentivize change. So if you think, and I'll say this, to me appears to be the biggest issue that Black women have. The biggest issue that Black women have, number one, is religion, because religion taught you that you came from a man when you did not. And I think we know that based on Black men's reaction. They can sit there and say women came from men as much as they want to, but at the end of the day, they wouldn't be crying and bussy popping when you say you closing off your womb. That means they come from you. So if you stop worshiping maleness and thinking that the only way you have value is if one of them validates you. You know, I was watching, and I'll give this example because it literally made me want to throw up. I was watching Real Housewives of Atlanta. I was watching the rerun season 7. And there was this younger Black woman on there. The dude that she liked, this Roger Bob dude, was significantly older than her, but he was a producer. She had been dealing with this dude 18 years, no commitment at all. 8 years. 8 years, no commitment at all. She was there while he was rotating out different females, basically just putting her on the sideline until he decided to claim her. This woman said if he proposed to her with a Cheerio, she would say yes.
Yeah,
you know how desperate that is?
Yeah, that's Demetria McKinney. I actually like her. I like her music.
But do you see how now if a Black man is saying that, and he's significantly older than her, so and she been sitting on the sidelines being rotated, and her desperation is so high, her desperation is that high where she's saying that he doesn't even, a piece of cereal is sufficient for a proposal.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I never heard no other group of women say that at all. Now listen, the only white woman was on that show was Kim. Kim was about that money.
Yeah, she was.
Kim was about her money.
Yeah. And you know what a lot of Black women don't understand about Black men? Black men do not appreciate women who submit to them. They don't. They don't want y'all bowing to them and worshiping them and taking care of them and holding them down and doing their laundry. They don't appreciate that shit. Treat them like they expendable and watch and see the results you get. I promise. I'm a walking testimony.
Listen, I didn't like him on there, but listen, I'm gonna say black women, the way you deal with men in comparison to other groups of women, and I never thought I would say it ever, we are dumb. We're dumb in comparison to other people. Kim, listen, Kim might have been sitting there with that married man, but he was paying all her bills, and she went right along from him to Croy, popped out a whole bunch of babies, got her a new reality show. She was setting herself up. That's what she was doing. Kim was hypergamous. She wasn't about to listen. She might have sat around with that man being his mistress, but he was paying her to.
Right, and she's sitting there with male pattern baldness. You know what I'm saying? Like she said if you say that, that's why I don't understand the whole concept of like leaning and bending to men like that for like if they like anybody sees a sucker, they're gonna lick them. If you gonna wait for a Cheerio or expect a Cheerio, guess what? You're gonna get a Cheerio or maybe a Fruit Loop. Right. They're only gonna give what you're requiring. I mean, what's wrong with her?
And didn't Kim say that the dude that she was the side piece to, didn't he set all her kids up with life insurance or some kind of policy, like millions of dollars or something?
Yes, and I have always told women, even if you're gonna be a side chick, which I think is silly, you better not do it without life insurance. You're gonna sit up there and be faithful and wear your body out and be waiting on somebody, and somebody else is gonna benefit. No, you better get you a policy, honey. You better get ain't no way. Kim had it right. Kim had it right.
Yep, that's right.
Kim had it right, and guess what Portia was over there doing? Portia Williams, who really thought there was an actual train on the Underground Railroad. Portia got out of that marriage to that man who was controlling her with $0, nothing. She left with nothing. She had to build up whatever she had to build up, knowing, mind you, as Cordell sit up there with all these rumors of him being a booty bandit. So you a beard and you walking away from a marriage with $0 and he got some money?
And
listen.
She went and had babies with a damn hot dog man after that.
Yep. Who also didn't want to marry her. But marriage is so important to black women. It's just like, hey, so you marry one dude and then you walk away broke. And then you go get with this other dude who don't marry you, and you probably walked away from that broke too, because you ain't getting, like, you might get a child support payment. But so it's just and we're conditioned to be this dumb. We're conditioned to be losers. And that's why as black women, we lose. We lose.
Yep.
We lose in relationships. Huh?
I said they need to invoke that inner Becky and quit bullshitting.
Yep. And stop worrying about somebody calling you a gold digger. Notice how when I feel like when women of no color make it known that they want a black man's money, black women don't call them gold diggers. But you would have a black man worshiping woman sitting up talking about, oh, you're a gold digger because you want some money from him. Is it free to live?
Right.
Tell me where it's free to live at. Where is this area where you just get to live for free?
In the projects.
I mean, you can't even live for free in the project. They don't say you don't even live for free on Section 8.
No.
You got to pay part of the rent even with Section 8. So there's nowhere where you just get to live for free. Not even in prison do you get to live for free.
Right, that's true. That's true.
But black women will say, oh, well, we shouldn't take any money from him. Everything ain't about money, only to go watch that black man go trick off and pretend to be a high value man on a white woman.
Well, see, I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. Black women need to stop listening to black men's understanding of what a virtuous woman is. Okay.
Right.
Because when a black man tells you what a woman of virtue is, he's gonna tell you a woman that don't have a backbone, she dumb as shit. She don't have a lot of expectations and she expects the least. That's a woman of virtue, and she will work hard for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, they like to play up that Proverbs 23 lady, and how, or is it 31, Proverbs 31 lady, and how she, you know, goes out and works and all this kind of stuff. And literally they're looking for a helpmate. And I'm sorry, I don't think that women are supposed to be the helpmates. I think that's a bad understanding. We're the ones that need help, so we need helpmates. We need help. You need to help me take out the garbage. You need to help me do this. You need to help me do that. Men should not be looking for helpmates.
Right.
But I just honestly, how are Black women okay seeing all this? Like, hold on, I want you to call up. I want you to call up Raytown 1063 with your broke, dusty $5 trash bag. Call in. Call in. But I bet you won't, though, because you raggedy. But I just, like, I know it doesn't feel good for Black women to sit around seeing Black men praise all these women who don't look like them, talk about how these women are more worthy of their money and how they want to go create communities with these women, and these are the males that you're giving birth to. The fact that these men don't benefit you, the fact that they won't give you a dime, but they'll go find a way to get some money and take it over to Becky because she ain't taught to sit up here and build up no bummy trash bag bandit. That ain't how she's taught. So they will go find some money, if for no other reason than to impress that man of no color that they keep talking about is oppressing them. But when he want to lay up with his daughter, though, he's going to go over there and completely change who he is just to get the approval of that man that he keep telling you that he walking out on your kids because of that welfare that he gave him. But then you got these bandits on this video that I'm gonna show in a minute. I'm gonna take a call and I want to show y'all some of this video, because then you got this bandit sitting up here in front of this man of no color complaining that men ain't giving them resources.
Right.
Like it's a problem. That is a problem. And I know that does not feel good to Black women. But unfortunately, Black women's response is to then what? Worship harder? What you just go, eventually you just go physically lay on the ground and tell him to walk right over you? You go, what, kiss his feet? What are you going to do? What are you going to keep doing? Pandering to these men who can't do nothing for you?
That's what they're being taught. That's exactly what they're being taught.
And, you know, Black men will say shit like, oh, the white women are innocent. They didn't do anything. But according to records, you know, history that was recorded, the white women were responsible for killing more Black babies than the white men were. So it's like, how are their hands not dirty, but the men are? That don't even make no damn sense.
But here's the thing. They run these okie dokes on Black women and manipulate Black women. They will sit there and tell you that if you looking at a struggle bandit and he running amok, what's the first thing that they say? Who raised him?
Raised him.
They be like, oh, well, Black women, you raising them. But then you complaining about that man of no color. Guess who raised him?
Right.
Guess who raised him? So you run into these women who, but here's the thing. Black men love white men. Black men love and envy and want to be white men. They love them. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't love their children. They wouldn't have fought to be what I'm talking about, some integrate my home, and you and Jim Crow getting strung up from trees talking about just give you a Becky.
Right.
That's
a problem. That's like a huge problem.
White women in the photos of them hung and being burned, sitting there smiling and clapping and praising the shit. But the white women are not guilty though.
This is sickening. It really is. Like, this is a sickness that Black women have. And it's like, I'm a Black woman too. And I got to deal with the stigma of the sickness, even though I ain't running around worshiping no Black men. But Black men are so comfortable. Like, they're so comfortable and so arrogant. They wouldn't even consider changing anything for you, ever. They wouldn't.
No. And, you know, it's really like Black women really have to stop giving a damn about what they're saying, especially about relationships and marriage and your status as a single woman or a woman raising a child by her own. I was in a group this morning on Facebook, and this guy made this post, of course, Israelite, right? He says, your mama's single and taught you to be single and independent. Now your dumb ass wants a man. And I said, and if she do want a man and she get one, more than likely she'll still be independent, won't she?
She will.
And then he wanted to go further, like, well, y'all talking about men having jobs and having money, and it's deeper than that. No, the hell it's not. It's not deeper than men taking care of you. It's not deeper than a man needing to be able to provide for you and protect you and stuff like that. What does he mean? It's deeper than that. Because everything else you can do on your own.
You're right.
But you got women attacking me for arguing back at him on their behalf. Now they're the ones that are single. They're the ones that are in there being crapped on every day I can, but they attacking me.
Yeah, I just it saddens and bothers me the way that Black women let Black men treat them. Like, that bothers me. It just bothers me, because there's simple things that Black women can do, simple things, but you have to have some self-value. You have to have some self-value. You have to feel like you have value as a person, even if Black men don't pick you. Because they ain't running. Listen, Black men's value to them lies in being picked by a woman of no color and acknowledged by a man of no color. They don't like, there was a Black dude who was literally on there who was like, oh, who cares about Black women's opinion on anything? Who cares? You don't even, to him, you're not even relevant enough to give him any value. And you the one laboring, risking miscarriages because you're more susceptible to everything if you're giving birth, if you're carrying a male. I don't know if Black women know that, but you're more at risk for every problem that a pregnancy can have, significantly more at risk if you are carrying a male child. And you going through all of that just so that you can be stressed out, a single mother, left alone, so your Black male son can grow up and hate you because his raggedy daddy left because he don't care about no kids. And then the men in your community is going to tell you that because you gave birth to him, you have no value, as if they treated you like you had value anyway.
There's an alleged real man in the chat saying that we won't let him call in.
Oh, he can call in and tell me this alleged real man, because he's probably real raggedy and dusty. That's what that means. But sure, call in and then post up your thing while I get this next call, because then I'm going to play some of this video of, yet again, a Black man sitting in front of a white man whining and complaining that they won't take care of him. Y'all are so weak and raggedy, it's disgusting. Like, they really are. They're disgusting. Anyway, I think this is 843. I don't know what this free conference call thing did. It's making it a lot harder for me to see the numbers. 843, you're on the line.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I got some smoke for you saying, my thing is, I'm listening to.
Okay, can you speak up with your smoke? Because it's very difficult to hear you.
Can you hear me better now?
No.
Can you hear me better now?
That's way better.
Okay, awesome. So my thing is, I got some questions for you, because I was listening to you talk and so forth on, and you're saying that Black women, they're not going to stop having sex with Black men until
no, they're not.
The whole.
Let me ask you something. Do you think?
On 1 second, let me finish.
No, because I wanna pause right there.
Are the Black women?
Do you think? Hold on. Do you think that Black women? Okay, so you're not gonna talk over me, because I'm just gonna mute you.
Talking about.
I'm just gonna mute you.
The bomb.
Girl, if you don't shut your ass up and let Cynthia talk.
Honestly, because it's like,
how you gonna call in somebody else's fucking channel and be rude,
girl,
lady?
Shut your
here's the thing. I already told her you're just gonna get muted. If you think you're gonna call in,
right? She can't call in somebody else's channel and try to control the fucking conversation. Bitch, shut your ass up.
Right. Act like you talking to a naker and show some respect.
You're right, because you're just gonna get muted. Now you can say what you gotta say, or we can just turn it into a drill session and you can get drilled. Which one you want to do? You want to have the conversation, or do you want to get drilled?
Speaking first.
Do you want to have the? Hold on, I'm not about to play with you. I'm not about to play with you because I'm going to start calling you out your name and just dragging you in a minute. And I'm trying to not do that. Do you want to have the conversation or do you want to run your mouth and get drilled? It's just that simple.
I would love to chat, but...
Okay, so if you want to love to chat, then shut your ass up and understand that it's a conversation between two people. Now, you asked me a question, I'm asking you. Do you think it's reality that black women are going to stop having sex with black men? Yes or no?
Well, yeah, I do, yes.
Well, then why ain't they, why they haven't stopped doing it yet, then?
Why haven't you stopped doing it?
Who cares? Who cares?
You're representing,
who cares?
Representing.
Who cares? Because I don't, here's my response. Because I don't want to. Because I don't want to. I'm answering your question. You asked a question, didn't you? Because I don't want to. Because I don't want to. Now that's your answer. Hold on. That's your answer. That is your answer. Because I don't want to. And when I want to, then I will stop. It just is what it is. Move on and say what you was gonna say, because it's not reality for to anybody to tell black women to stop having sex with black men. They ain't gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. We can't, hold on. We can't even get women like you to stop calling in and pandering to black men who don't even want you or like you.
I'm not pandering to
you are. You came up here to get your black man worship on. So let me ask, so you didn't call to work, so you didn't call to worship black men? So you didn't call to worship black men? So you didn't call in to worship black men? You called in to worship black men. Your point of contention?
No, I called in to call you out. That's why I called in. I called in to call up.
Because of what I'm saying about black men, right? Because of what I'm saying about black men, right? Because of what I'm saying about black men. Because of what I'm saying about black men. And see, this is what I don't like about dumb, fake, lying ass bitches. You called in because you got a problem about what I'm saying about black men.
That's a fact.
And see, if we can't get dumb raggedy bitches like you to stop feeling compelled to call in to defend raggedy trash bag bandits who don't even like you, then how are we gonna get them to stop having sex with them?
Listen, man.
Like you're one of the raggedy bitches that we trying to reform. You're one of the raggedy black man worshiping bitches that we trying to reform.
I do not worship black men.
You do, because you called. What's triggering me is you're lying. What's triggering me is that you're lying. I told you before you even called in, I don't like raggedy cowardly bitches. So if you called in because you have a problem because of what I'm saying about black men, then just say that. Then just say my problem is what you're saying about black men.
Control a narrative. Maybe when you rewatch the live and you see that you specifically said,
why are you calling in?
Wake up.
So why are you calling in? What's your problem?
BBC, but you're
what is your problem? What is your problem?
Talking about
see, she's stupid. Like I can't deal with stupid idiots. You gonna have to get in the comment section and just type, because you sounded like you might be too dumb to call in. Why are you calling in? Why are you calling in?
You're just triggered.
Why are you calling? I told you I'm triggered by lies. I told you I'm triggered by lies. I'm telling you why I'm triggered. Now, I don't know about your comprehension. You may be slow. Unlike you, again, like I said, I stand 10 toes down. You're the raggedy bitch who can't even admit that you called in because you got a problem with what I'm saying about black men.
I want to know what nigga she.
That's your problem. You don't have a problem that does not involve black men unless you're just a hater. And if you're a hater, just say you're a hater. Are you calling in because you're a hater?
Do not mute me.
Are you calling in because you're a hater?
Let me finish what I have.
No, I'm not gonna let you finish what you gotta say until you admit why you called in. Why? Duh, you're on my channel, idiot. Of course I'm gonna control the narrative on my channel, dummy.
You are still advocating BBC, knowing that it has STDs, and you're still saying.
I think you got an STD. Did some BBC give you an STD? Did some BBC give you? Yeah, she's stupid. Yeah, I like honestly.
I'm gonna tell you what her problem is real quick. Okay, she's a hardcore. She's what they call hardcore divested, right? And she wants black dingling. And the black dinglings that she has accessed has not served her well. And she's mad, wanting to know whether or not whatever you sitting on is serving you well. Okay.
I think a black man gave her a disease.
Yeah,
That's
I think so too.
I think you got a disease.
Yeah, something she
I think you got a disease, ma'am.
Yeah, something she
Ma'am.
can't get rid of. That's what it is.
Ma'am.
Yeah, you got the cooties, bitch.
Ma'am, I'm dating your daddy. Ma'am, the dick that I'm sitting on is your daddy's dick, ma'am. I'm sitting on your daddy's dick. Okay?
Get like a fucking horse.
I don't need to. I got your daddy. Your daddy is my horse dildo. Your daddy is my horse dildo.
This is the hating ass bitch. I know what hating bitches sound like.
You know how animalistic that you sound, that you say, I just can't get over BBC because I don't want to. Why don't you want to? You know, I think you're projecting when you say that you're so embarrassed of black women. I think you're secretly embarrassed of yourself.
I'm embarrassed by women like you. I'm embarrassed by women like you.
You're embarrassed. Stay embarrassed. I'm
embarrassed by you.
I'm embarrassed for you. I'm embarrassed for you. I'm embarrassed that you're still out here knowing what BBC causes, and you say you don't want to let go.
Yeah, you well. So which one of the black men that you laid up with and had unprotected sex with burned you?
Like I can tell that you lived in that infested ass place that you still have in BBC.
You don't have to wonder what my place looks like, dumb bitch. It's been in the camera several times. Just go look at. Hold on. Did have everybody seen the house that I live in the background last time I went live?
Absolutely.
Girl, we see
you don't have to wonder where I live, you dumb bitch. People, you can see it. You see the place.
Tell you, that fucking bitch got the cooties, and she trying to take it out on everybody who getting BBC that ain't got the cooties, and she mad.
Somebody gave her chlamydia and gonorrhea, and she mad.
It's a lot of them. It is. I want to know who burnt the boo. But it's a lot of women like that. They feel like they want you to pay or punish black men, not for what they've done to you, because they don't have to have done anything to you, for what they've done to them. That's our problem.
But here's the thing. You're not even an effective hater. Like, go to my last live stream. Go to my last. If you want to see how I'm living. If you want to see how I'm living,
I don't understand how to win a fucking.
And see, she just run her like this isn't a conversation. This is you just running your mouth, sounding dumb and saying random dumb stuff. If you want to know how I'm living, go to the last live stream that I did where I was on Camera Genius, and you will see my house in it, dummy. Now, just because you laid up in an air mattress in a rat-infested apartment and got burned by a trash bag bandit, don't try to make that my story. You called up because your vagina is itching, probably with bumps all over it and some fishy smelling discharge. That ain't my situation.
Yep, that's what it is. That's what it is. That bitch got a nasty booty, and she over here trying to blame everybody who get clean BBC. Bitch, don't get mad. You should have chose better.
Clean. You know that BBC ain't clean, girl.
You still talking and didn't realize that you was on mute?
You hear what I'm saying, but you keep controlling.
No, I don't hear what you're saying because I muted you. I don't hear what you're saying because I muted you because you're not trying to have the conversation.
You guys are still in Project Baby mentality.
Okay, bye.
The trust fund just kicked in for me, girl. So,
girl, shut your ass up. Shut up, bitch. You sound dumb.
She's gone because she's too stupid to have the conversation. She's too stupid.
The whole problem is she has an issue with sin. This is a pure hater. It's not even what Sin is saying. It's that it's who she is. It's her popularity. It's who she is. It's what she's saying. Okay, I know a jealous bitch when I know jealous bitches. Okay, because the hoes follow me. I know what a jealous bitch sounds like. I know what a hurt bitch sounds like. That's a hurt bitch.
Yep.
I think a black man done sit up and gave this woman a disease, and that's why she on the phone ranting about.
And all
BBC.
you got to do is take your ass to the gynecologist and get rid of it, hoe. That's all.
It's like just go to Planned Parenthood and get you some pills.
It's something she can't get rid of. That's why she's so fucking mad. And see, bitches like that, you can't come over here and get mad because we telling black women to stop giving birth to dusties, and we still decide to do what's in our natural nature to do. It's your natural nature to be attracted to what the fuck look like, you dumb bitch.
It absolutely is. It's natural, and like we've all said that before, it is natural for women to do that. It is unnatural for women to not. Black men as a collective, their behaviors are what's unnatural, which is why Black women have to retrain their mind and literally go outside of what is natural in order to protect themselves. So
Right.
Hold on, because I think people in the chat box is confused.
Yeah,
my line ain't open so that a person can just run their mouth and not listen to questions and not have a dialogue back and forth. That's not why my line is open. So stop putting capital letters, let her talk. No, that's not what the line ain't open for you to just ramble on. And if y'all, I don't know what I said to confuse you and make you think that the line is open for you to just ramble on and go on and on and on nonsensical and not have any actual point. That ain't what the line is open for. If you call it on this line, it's to have a back and forth dialogue. You don't just get to sit there and run your mouth and talk over something, talking about somebody controlling the narrative on their channel. Duh, dumb bitch. I'm controlling the narrative. It's my channel. You chose to call in, so therefore you will either abide by the rules or you will get hung up on. Ain't nobody about to just let you run your mouth.
The problem is some people are just the white male worshipers want her to speak about it. That's the whole problem, because this is all about whose dick is being sat on and what color the dick is. That's all that is. They sound
stupid talking about let her talk like this is your channel. No.
Her channel, and then she's being disrespectful. Nobody has to be disrespectful just because you're the channel holder. Calling in with smoke doesn't mean you get to sit up and go off and talk shit to someone. No, bitch, you're gonna get this work.
Right, and I'm tired of people in the chat box telling people how to run their channel. First of all, you're not on here. Listen, we got 30 called in queue. If I got 30 people on the call line, I don't have time to let her call, to just ramble and talk and be nonsensical. Do you have a point that you are trying to make? And you don't get to call in and just run your mouth. No.
Yeah, and she came in being disrespectful as fuck. The bitch just kept talking and talking and talking. It's like, bitch, no. The fuck?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like they sound, it sounds stupid. It's like, let her talk. No. First of all, you on a 3-minute timer. You go call in and you go have a conversation for 3 minutes. This ain't no free pass for you to just run your mouth. We go have a discussion. If you can't have it, get off my phone line. It's really just that simple. And you definitely ain't go come on here being rude and then think you getting to talk. It ain't gonna happen. And if y'all want that to happen, then you can go create you a channel and you can let that happen on your channel. There is way too many people in the call queue to just let one dumb hood rat who clearly got a disease by a black man just run her mouth and not have a conversation. Nobody knows what her point is. I bet y'all can't even mention one point that she called in to make.
I'm telling you what this is about. It's real obvious to me. I mean, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but it's super obvious to me.
And then look, the fact that you know she just wanted to run her mouth, because I put her on, every time I was talking to you guys, she was on mute. But as soon as we unmuted it, she's just going like she ain't even on mute. She didn't call to have a conversation. 257.
Like, the thing is, if you were sitting over here talking about, like, you know what, I'm about to say some, let me go on mute, because I'm a demonetize this whole channel if I keep talking.
257, you're on the line. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, what's good? How you doing, Cynthia? My name's Dr. Williams. I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I just kind of wanted to voice my opinion on. I heard you say that black males shouldn't be birthed.
Right.
I've heard of you before. You know, I'm not gonna, come on here to bash you or anything like that. I just want to know, why do you feel that black men shouldn't be birthed? Because it was actually highly offensive to me, being a black male, and looking at all the things that I've accomplished and the lives that I save on the regular. Why would you feel that way? Why do you feel that black men shouldn't be birthed?
Because black men as a collective serve no beneficial purpose to black women. They're not doing anything. They have no resources. They have no wealth. They're not taking care of their children. They're not getting married. They're not repairing the communities. They're not doing anything. So with all due respect, you telling me about what you accomplished at your job, that doesn't do anything for the collective of black men. So the question that I posed was, what is the purpose of black men being here? How does it benefit black women to give birth to black men? Can you answer that question?
Okay, well, for me, just speaking on it.
I'm not asking you about you personally. I'm asking you about the collective of black men. I'm not asking about your personal accomplishments. I'm asking you as a group of men. What purpose and benefit do black men pose to black women?
Okay, all right. The purpose that black men pose to black women, I've seen a lot, and I'm not speaking on myself, I'm talking about what I see in society alone. I'm from the South, and I watch, literally.
I'm sorry, sir, but if we can't confirm or deny what you've seen in some black men in your community.
It can, because what I'm
No, it can't. No, it can't.
No, you can actually look this up, what I'm about to say.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so back in 1995. Okay,
oh my God. Sir, it's 2022. Sir, it's 2000. Hold on.
Okay.
It's 2022.
2021. Can I go back just
sure.
2 weeks ago?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So there was a lot that was done where a collective of black men that got together in Memphis, Tennessee, where I am from, and rebuilt our neighborhood for black mothers who either were widows, who either husbands or baby daddies, whatever you want to refer to them as, were currently incarcerated. Also, those same black men that I watch, they have a program in Memphis, Tennessee right now. You know, it started at my alma mater, Booker T. Washington High School, where all those black fathers are going up to the school to rectify and get things in order with the children for the next generation. Now, I've seen nothing but black men do that. I haven't seen sisters advocate. I'm not knocking anything that black women do. I'm never going to be the one to sit here and say black women shouldn't be birthed or anything, because I can't think of anything as a collective that black women have done. That does not mean or take.
Sir, why are you hold on. What is the role of men in a community?
The role of men in a community is to be the protectors, the providers, the builders. That is out.
So why? Okay, so then if you know that it's the man's role in a community to build, why are you talking about what black women collectively built?
No, okay.
That is, hold on. We are having a discussion. Why would you be comparing what you built to what women built? Why would you be comparing that? Because hold on. Because if black women are doing the building, then that's even more of a reason why we shouldn't be giving birth to you. Why are we giving birth to men when we're the ones building?
Ever said anything about black women building?
You did. You did.
Black women do anything collective. That's not to take away from either.
Who are most of the entrepreneurs in the community? Who are most of the entrepreneurs in the community? Those are black women. Hold on. We're having a conversation. You spoke and now I'm trying to speak. If you go by the data, black women are doing everything in the community and black men are doing nothing. So I don't know where you're getting your information from, but you need to post some data. You need to tell me about some links that I can go look up.
I can do that.
Okay, so start naming them.
Okay, let's see. Let's talk about the Black Business Association, okay?
What is it? Let's talk about it. What is it?
The Black Business Association in Memphis, Tennessee, because I can't speak on the world. I can only speak for Memphis.
Okay, but I'm asking you what the collective of black men are doing, and you're telling me about what people that you think you know in Memphis are doing. Do you know what the collective means? Hold on. Do you know what the collective means? Do you know what a collective means?
Hold on. Ma'am, ma'am, with all due respect, I have a PhD in biochemistry.
So if you have a PhD in biochemistry, why are you telling me what some black men in Memphis are doing when I'm asking you about the collective?
I just sat here and just said to you, I said I can only speak on Memphis.
And I told you not to do that. And did I not tell you that that's not what I was interested in? Hold on. Did I not tell you that I'm not interested in what's going on in your one community, that I'm interested in the collective of black men? Did I not tell you that?
I just sat here and just spoke as a collective. Are you not?
No, you didn't. You just told me about some people in Memphis. You just told me about some people in Memphis.
No, I didn't just say Memphis.
You did.
I just spoke on 5 major cities. I said Atlanta. I said New York.
No, you didn't. You said Memphis.
Yes, I did.
No, you did not.
I said as Memphis, because I'm not a doctor in Memphis anymore. I'm across the country now. So I've been to many major cities where I've seen a collective of blacks in the community that were men.
I think you don't know what the collective means, and I think that's where we're having a disconnect at.
I am a part of these things. I am on 4 different boards, man. So I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm talking about.
You don't. I think you don't. You don't. You don't. You clearly don't know what the collective means. You don't. If you're telling me about certain things in 2 or 3 cities, then you don't know what the collective means.
If you want me to put it all up in one big melting pot, then I'll do that for
No, I want you to tell me. So let me ask you the question over again, Mr. PhD.
You're not going to let me finish my answer.
I am, but I don't think you understand the question that I'm asking you. So I want to make sure you understand the question that I'm asking you. I'm not asking you about a certain city. I'm asking you, hold on, because if you stop talking, then you will understand. This is why you're not able to answer the question, because you're not even listening.
Okay.
How does the collective of black men benefit black women? How does your existence as a collective, as a group of men, as a body of men, as a total of men, how do you benefit black women? How does your existence benefit us?
Okay, may I answer now without you cutting me off? May I do that? Hello?
Go ahead.
Hey, I'm just asking the question. It's simple, yes or no. But you keep cutting me off. But as I was saying, how do y'all one, we are the primary protectors of y'all. We're not gonna go on that small ass.
When have black men ever protected black women?
When have black men ever?
When have black men ever protected black women?
Okay, are we talking recent or are we talking about over time?
So you have a PhD, but you don't understand what I mean when I say when have black men ever protected black women? Okay, that's a very straightforward question. Right. Very straightforward.
So I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there with you. Okay, I'm gonna go the last 5 decades and I'm gonna pull from each decade. Okay, in the 1960s, black men started the Black Panther Party to protect black women in the neighborhood, in the black children. In the 1970s,
the Black Panther, hold on. The Black Panthers was mostly black women. Hold on. The Black Panthers was mostly black women. It was mostly black women. And then, hold on, why wasn't the Black Panthers protecting black children from Eldridge Cleaver, who was running around raping them as he practices raping women? So
Cleaver wasn't even an official Black Panther member. He didn't start.
Really? He wasn't? He wasn't?
Until 1969, and he was kicked out of the Black Panther Party for his views. What are you talking about?
The Black Panther Party was still 70% black women. So you're putting the credit on the 30% minority of black men? That's what you're doing?
Family. I come from that family. My mother, my father.
So what's your point?
My uncles were part of the Black Panther Party.
And they still didn't protect nothing. They still didn't protect nobody.
Wait, hold up.
What did the Black Panthers protect black women from?
They didn't protect anything, right?
What did they protect black women from? What did the Black Panthers protect black women from?
Okay, now, if it wasn't for the Black Panthers...
What did the Black Panthers protect black women from? No, you're not. You're talking about if it wasn't for the Black Panthers, I just want to know what they protected black women from. That's all I want to know.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna tell you what I know what they did. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I know. Black Panther Party, all of the women that are in my family, because I got mostly women in my family.
So I'm not asking about your family, sir.
You want me to speak on fucking strangers?
Yes, yeah. If what, here's the thing, if what the Black Panthers did was so monumental and so effective, it should be easy. It should be easy to do that.
Okay, all right, cool. Then we're gonna go there then. If it wasn't for the Black Panther Party on the real, one of the reasons why we even got lunch program, after school program, 21st century and all that. But, and that benefited black women.
We're talking about protection, sir. Sir, we're talking about protection.
Can I ask, excuse me,
We're going to talk education.
Excuse me, sir.
And me personally, I can sit here and say, I know plenty of black men who are in the grave right now for protecting black women. My brother alone is in the grave right now for taking up for a black woman he didn't even know. He stopped another man from whooping her ass, and that man shot my brother in the fucking head.
Sir, are you going to explain, Sir, are you going to tell us what the Black Panthers protected black women from or not? Because you mentioned lunch. No, you didn't. You didn't. What did they protect black women from?
I want to ask him a question.
I just gave you a direct.
No, you didn't. You mentioned a school lunch program. No, you didn't. You mentioned the school lunch program and somebody that you know that went to jail for protecting black women. And most black men are in prison over drug offenses that don't got nothing to do with black women. So again, sir.
Did you just hear what I just said about the black man that was killed for protecting the black woman?
Who cares? Who cares? I can't even. How do I know that you ain't just making that up?
Okay, why don't you Google it was in a fucking commercial appeal? It was my brother.
Sir, why are you so emotional? And why are you screaming and yelling?
Because me being a black man who has done a lot for black men.
But you just can't mention it? But you just can't name it though, right? Because I feel like you wouldn't be screaming and whining and crying if you could give a legitimate answer.
No, don't talk about you personally. Talk about it as a whole.
Yeah, and you start mentioning your brother. Right, and you start mentioning your brother. Your brother shouldn't even, like, your example of your brother is null and void. Hold on, sir, I don't want to mute you, but I'm going to if you don't stop talking. Your brother is a moot point because I told you I don't want your personal experiences that I cannot confirm. You mentioned the Black Panthers, but then when I asked you what did the Black Panthers protect black women from, especially considering 70% of them were black women anyway, so it sounded like it was black women protecting themselves. You start talking about a school lunch program. I'm not asking about a school lunch program. I'm asking about protection, i.e. prevention. So if you're saying that black men are the main protectors of black women, then I need to know what are you protecting, i.e. preventing black women from experiencing what?
Okay. May I answer now?
I asked you to answer before you start talking about a school lunch program.
No. Every time I start talking, you cut me off. So I'm asking, may I answer?
Yeah, don't tell me about your family or your friends. Tell me about the collective of black men. What are they protecting?
We're not going to talk family or friends. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. Now, you said that 70% of Black Panthers were women. That is false because my family come from the Black Panther Party.
Sir, if you mention your family, up on you. I told you I don't care about your family. I don't care about your family. I'm asking you about a collective of men. I'm not going to listen to you talk about your family. If you mention your family, I'm going to hang up on you. What did black men protect black women from?
Okay. In 1985, and this is part of the Black Panther thing, you asked, so I'm telling you, all right? This ain't got nothing to do with me. 1985 in Philadelphia, when that apartment building was bombed back in 85, there were mostly women up in there. It was all black men that ran up in there and saved as many as they could. And you can Google that.
How did the apartment building get bombed if you're protecting black women? Protection means prevention. So based on the protection, that means you stopped it from happening.
There's just one thing that So had none of those black men been there, all those women and children would have been dead. That is one example. And I can go down the timeline. Since we're not going to mention me or anything in my family, I can go down the timeline.
Sir, why are you mentioning to me something in 1985 when I clearly said it's 2022? That means you're telling me about something that happened 36 years ago, sir. The only example you have of black men providing some protection was 36 years ago?
Okay, I can talk about this last year. I just talked about last year.
You told me about your family members. I'm asking about the collective of black men.
No. When I said, can I go back a couple weeks ago in 2021, then I started laying out some things. You said, well, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm like,
no, you told me about your family members, and I told you that's not what I'm interested in. But in anyway, Queen have a question for you. Queen have a question for you because you clearly can't give us an example of black men protecting black women in any real situation. So Queen have a question for you.
Yeah, my question is, when she asked you what was the Panthers protecting black women from, why can't you not just admit that the Black Panthers were protecting black women from other black men? Because that's the reality of it.
Okay. Now, may I answer your question without being cut off?
Well, yeah, you sound crazy, but yeah.
He's not, because he's not even listening. You're not even listening to what we're asking you.
I'm listening clearly to what you're saying. You just said that.
What question did Queen just ask you? Okay, let's test whether you were listening or not. What question did the Queen just ask you?
He just asked me that I said something in pertaining to black women. She said, why can't I just admit? This is what the question was said. Why can't you just admit that the Black Panthers were protecting black women from black men? No, that's not what that was about. But being that, look, I'm gonna come to your question, answer your question.
He act like we can't research the Black Panthers. He literally act like don't nobody know who the Black Panthers were.
No. He must not be familiar with you must not be familiar with the women that were in the Black Panthers that complained about the misogyny and the weakness within the male group.
And something happened, and Cynthia was the witness, and the cops come and ask Cynthia about, well, what happened as a whole, and then Cynthia say, well, this is what I saw. Now, we're not interested in what you saw, or what we heard was, and Cynthia, like, I was there, like, my other
you
family.
Just came up here to gossip.
What happened?
Yeah, like, this is... Like so I want you to realize that you're literally in front of over 4,000 people. Majority of them are black women, and you can't give a legitimate example of when black men have ever protected black women.
I gave 3 examples, and you even said, sir, it's 2022. I said, okay, can I go back a couple weeks? I told what happened in Memphis, Tennessee. I told I just sat there and told what happened when all those black men came in the community that I grew up in. I just don't happen to grow up there. But this is something that black men did for black women. Okay? They went in that community, and all those homes that were Section 8, or a lot of those women that couldn't pay their rent and all of that, black men took care of it. You said, well, we don't know if that's true. It's cool. You can Google it. It's in the commercial appeal. It's fine. It's just like I spoke on. This was just last year where they talked, where the whole thing was on Facebook and all those black men that went up there to them schools up there, to get those young kids in order and everything. They were being men. That is men right there doing their job, taking leadership. So don't sit here and say that black men don't do nothing for the community.
You don't.
Including men.
Black men don't, and you fail to provide an example of how they do.
I just sat there and gave you examples for
2021. No, you didn't.
Oh my God. So that was not a good enough example to say that black
it wasn't an example, no.
The neighborhood. It was black men that would not, when they had that whole Klan race, the Klan march in 2020 in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Over there, it was black men.
That was a bunch of men. Now hold on, stay right there. Stay right there at Stone Mountain, Naker. Stay right there at Stone Mountain. Those were a bunch of weak men doing that ceremonial at best. That was some crap. I'm gonna tell you what it made sense. You go to Stone Mountain, there's a bunch of black men that are afraid to point a gun. You go and get a permit to let everybody know that you're there. You're not there for smoke, sir.
You're there for
But
show.
then what, man?
You're there for show.
Hold on.
Those men are weak. The majority of you have always been weak. No,
I was one of those men who was like that on South America. And I got a few registered weapons, but none of my weapons up there was registered that day.
Those men
I got a
were
black
up
card.
there for
I have a black
show.
card.
They were up there for show.
Anybody ride on mine, I'm gonna ride for hours.
To point guns at white men. Those men were afraid.
Every time you
are
say
afraid. You're not warriors.
You're including me.
Fearless. You're weak. You don't fight. You don't dominate. Stop trying to change what we know happened.
I don't fight.
Okay, what would be the appropriate time in Stone Mountain, Georgia, is when the
Hold on. Dude, you are way too emotional to be having this discussion. Like, you are way too emotional to be having the discussion. Why are you sitting here whining and crying and screaming at the top of your lungs and talking over him, or talking over her? I don't believe that you have the ability to protect anything. I don't believe that you do.
I tell you what, Cynthia.
This is hold on. You're not even displaying masculinity right now.
I'm not displaying that. Who are you to say what masculinity is? If I tell you you're not displaying femininity, you'll tell me that.
I don't care. I wouldn't care about what you said. You're not masculine. Okay, you're not being hold on. Like, you're acting like the other woman that just called up that had to get hung up on. Hold on. See, look. You're acting exactly like that hood rat hater chick who just called in. She was running her mouth. You couldn't get a word in edgewise, was being nonsensical and not making points. You're acting the exact same way. There is nothing masculine about how you're acting.
Hey,
nothing.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Because I've been asking you questions.
Oh my God.
I got a question.
Willie Earl.
That study did say black men got the highest levels of estrogen, though. So we're dealing with an estrogen rage right now.
Question number one. Are you familiar with Robert Kirkman? And I asked that for a reason, because that's one of the guys, well, not only is he family of mine, but he also somebody that I subscribe to on YouTube. So I'm asking, are you...
Who cares? I'm asking you about the collective of black men, dude. And you've been dodging the questions all over. You've been dodging them since you got on here.
Man, I never dodged your question. Every example I gave you, it just wasn't good enough for you. So that's something else.
No, they weren't examples. They just weren't examples. They just weren't examples.
It just wasn't a good enough answer for you.
No, because they weren't an answer at all. Black men haven't done anything. Black men haven't built anything. There was never a time when black men protected black women. It just is what it is. And you mentioning individual black men ain't gonna do nothing to distract from the fact that you have yet to provide a valid example of how black men have ever protected black women. And I think what's most confusing is that you lack the masculinity necessary to even really understand what a man should be doing. You just lack it. You've been on here running your mouth. It's hard to have a discussion with you. You're talking over people. You're screaming and shouting like you can't even control your emotions long enough to even have the discussion.
Okay, all right. Let me hit the reset button. I apologize if I cut anyone out or if anything I said has come off as hostile or anything. So as a man, because a man can admit when he's wrong. Okay, I was wrong for raising my voice. For one thing my grandfather taught me, two things that a black man should never have to raise to a woman, that's his hand and his voice. So I apologize off the bat for raising my voice. Now, going into the whole feel of the whole thing, all I really called in to say, you know what I'm saying, was when I understand that we do got some black men who ain't worth shit. Just like we got some black women that ain't worth shit.
Sir, why do you keep comparing black men to black women? Sir.
We just spoke on cutting each other off. And I'm not written.
No, I want to know why you keep comparing black men to black women. Why do you keep doing that?
I didn't say, oh my God, I just gave you something. I can sit here, I'm not going to say black women ain't shit. I'm not gonna say black men ain't shit. That's not a comparison. They're saying that I'm not gonna shit on my people at all. And I said,
but why every time you mention something that black men are doing, why do you keep having to mention what black women are doing? Why?
Ma'am, I haven't mentioned anything that I said I could.
You're lying. You're lying. When I first asked you about black men building, you talked about what black women built. Now you're over here mentioning black women yet again. Do you, hold on. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about your lack of masculinity. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about your lack of masculinity. No matter what I ask you, you start yelling and screaming and talking over. Like, are you able, can you control yourself?
Ma'am, did you not just hear me when I just said, as a man, I apologize.
And then you went right back to doing it. And then I don't think that you can have a conversation without being emotional. I don't really think you can have the conversation.
You keep cutting me off, but you're talking about me cutting you off.
You keep comparing black men to black women. I want to know why you keep doing that. I want to know why you keep comparing black men to black women.
Answer your question. To appease you, I'm going to answer your question. Okay?
Why haven't you? You know what I noticed? You know what I noticed? I want to ask you. I want to point out two things, and then I have a question for you, and I'm going to get off. You know what I noticed? You haven't once compared black men to any other group of men. Why? Why are you not comparing what black men have built and done to what other men have built and done? Why?
Okay, that hasn't been a question, but I would love to answer that.
Can you answer it right now? And can you just give me a straight answer without running around the block? Why haven't you compared what black men built and protected to the actions of other men?
Yes, ma'am. I will answer that. Well, one, I have three answers for that. For one, I'm not in competition with any other race of men. I'm not. You know,
but you're on here to convince black women that they should give birth to you. Do you think that black women are not mentally comparing you to other men?
May I please finish, ma'am? With all due respect, may I please finish? That's all I ask. With respect, may I please just finish my sentence, ma'am? And as I was saying, I'm not in competition with any other male of any other race, okay? I deal with my people on a daily and on a regular, okay? Secondly, we know as time has shown, hey baby, every single time a black man has done something as far as trying to build and protect, it's always other races that ally together to tear down what we build every time.
So if they're in competition with you, why ain't you in competition with them? Because it sounds like if they're destroying everything, hold on. If they're destroying everything that you've built, that sounds like a competition. So why are you not competing against the men who are obviously competing with you?
Okay, all right, let me explain to you why. One, we as black men, we don't have a military enlisted here, okay?
Then how can you protect black women? So how can you ever have protected black women? If you didn't need a military to protect black women in the past, why do you need a military to protect yourself from these men who are competing with you?
And now I'm going to really answer your question. When we started to build our military down in Madison, Georgia, who was it that ratted us out?
A black man. Some black men. Some black men. Some black men ratted y'all out.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
It was a black woman that
can I ask you, sir.
You know what, matter of fact, man, I'm done. I gotta give my wife now, y'all.
Okay, yeah, you.
Husband, whatever. I don't care.
I think you might be the wife in the situation. I think you might be the wife in the situation.
Go, girl. All right, cool. Hey, tell my cousin Robert.
Yeah, you definitely the wife in the situation. Bye, cause you the wife. Yeah, he the wife.
Realize how he made the case for them looking weak. That everything, like he's literally speaking, having the inability to fight against another man, and he says, "Well, I don't compete with other men outside the group," while basically saying the men outside the group come and do whatever they want to do them.
Like, and he was evading the question. Cynthia asked him the damn question like 3 times. Like, dude, y'all ain't never did shit. Y'all ain't built shit, and y'all ain't shit, and you can't defend it.
Miss Poetric said, well, from the horse's mouth, he's not in competition with any other males. The problem is that black men are not in competition with other men that they feel like are competing with them. It's because it's like, if you're going to say that every time you build, there's a group of men who come and sabotage what you got, then, I mean, you need to get into the competition. They're clearly competing with you. Clearly competing with you. So if you're going to lay down and allow other men to destroy what you have, there's no possible way you're even equipped to protect your women. Because you would have to be protecting your women from the very same men who are sabotaging and burning down your communities when you build them.
And what he's saying is that they don't have the ability to effectively go against them. So at this point, based on what he says, the only option they would have, if he's right, this is what we hear most of them say, right? Then the only option that you have is to assimilate properly, because you're defeated.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you have. You gotta shut up and assimilate. That's all you. The only choice.
I just don't understand why he was so emotional. Like, because really, if he called up to say he's offended by the notion of black women not giving birth to black men, I wonder, does he realize how he, just based off that dialogue, he's giving black women more reasons to not give birth to him.
Mm-hmm. He is.
Yeah.
And he's telling black women creating with a group of men that is only going to create perpetual.
Conference has been locked.
And like, I just don't even know why y'all need to stop talking for yourselves. Y'all need better representation.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, the fact that you can't have a discussion with these men, but I'm getting off of here at 8 because this is starting to take its toll on me. Yeah. And it's just like,
I want to know what black women think is smart to submit to somebody who is talking the way this man just talked. I don't understand.
No, there is some chlamydia chick that will find something right about what he said. Trust me. Some women.
Well, he said he had a wife, so somebody is like putting up with this nonsense.
Well, some people don't, like, they don't feel like they have any options, and black women have been taught to expect the least from their men. Like that a dude like that, I could never.
Girl, ever.
Like, it would be, no way. No way. Like, that's just way too, I can tell he got titty meat.
Yes, he do.
He at least a beat up. He at least, I mean, the interesting thing is, when I read that study that said black men have the highest levels of estrogen of any male group, that really explains a lot about why you can't, he act just like that hood rat woman that called in. He act just like her.
They have other agendas. It's really, and that's the thing, like, a lot of times I can understand why men are coming with their smoke or whatever, because they're in their feelings or whatever. But like the hood rat, there is obviously needed information coming from this platform, needed information, needed content, needed understanding. There's obviously a void being filled here. Woman calls to circumvent that. She is calling with motivations that are outside improving things for women, period. If you're trying to circumvent Cynthia G, you're trying to circumvent the progress of black women, period.
Mm-hmm. I do want to play some of this video though, because I want y'all to like hear the patheticness of this dude. As soon as my thing starts, and I'm trying to go back on the minute mark. I wonder if this snowstorm is messing up my internet, because my internet is acting real janky.
Swag, game, dressing nice, smelling nice. Let's just remove all that. You're probably talking about some brother.
Yeah, let's see.
Skills, all that spiritually, getting right with God, reconciling relationship with God, financially, financial stability, financial wisdom, financial investments, all that good stuff, right? So
I'm sharing the screen with y'all.
Short answer, yes, it can be taught. That's what we're doing here. Amen. Here is the long answer is that I would argue that men did not have to do all this to get women. This is where the world has changed, if you ask me. Okay. The world has changed where men did not, like, I would argue in the past, men were valuable. I've talked about this before. This is my theorizing. Men were valuable if women couldn't work to women because we're more valuable. And what I mean by that, if women couldn't work and they couldn't own property, this is the simplest one, own property. A lot of places around the world they can own property. If you wanted a house as a woman, you needed a man. So therefore, there comes a point in your life where it's like, I want a house, I got to get a man. So there's value in a man just having a house, right? There's value in just a man in general because he will give you things you don't have access to. So women in the past, their desires were totally different from women today. A lot of studies in the past, when you ask women like, okay, what do you want in a partner? Job, house? That's all they really cared about, right? Most marriages, I would argue in the past, weren't these modern love marriages, right? They were function marriages where they served the function. Man protected, provided, women nurtured and support, right? And so in the past, most guys didn't have that great style. Most guys didn't have to be in great shape. Most guys didn't have to learn charisma and charm and know how to read all these. Most guys didn't. If you were a guy, eventually you could find a girl. The world changed. The world changed, and then women became more competent. Women became successful. The world became more egalitarian. And naturally speaking, this is across almost all female animals, women are hypergamous, right? And they usually want something similar to or greater than they are. And so now when you have a lot of women who are on levels where they may have not been in the past, especially financially, a lot of guys aren't as appealing. And so hold
on, I want to pause it right here real quick because this is the plight of the expendable black male. And I feel like this white dude can't even relate to what this dude is saying. Because he's basically saying women, unless women are destitute, unless women have no options, unless women have no ability to leave a relationship or get anything on their own, he is rendered non-desirable and useless, essentially.
That's what he just said. Yeah.
He's the type of man that welfare can take out of the home.
Yep.
This is an expendable male. That's what only an expendable male would sit up here and cry about this and say back in the day, because women couldn't even own property without a man, she wasn't looking for a man. Basically, he didn't have to do anything. He didn't have to level up like his shirt says. He didn't have to be in shape. He didn't have to be attractive. And now, because black women or women, and I want to say black women because he's the only one complaining, this white man can't relate to him. And he's actually gonna tell this dude that he needs to do what his shirt says and level up.
Look at his face. Look at the white man's face. You can tell he disagreed with everything dude's saying.
Yep. He cannot relate to what this dude is saying. He can't relate to him. So first of all, if you're the most desired male group on the face of the planet, which is what black men will say, why are you sitting here complaining? Her actions shouldn't matter. You're the most desired man. But see, the problem that black men are having is in a society where black women are able to work and buy their own homes and finance or buy their own cars, he becomes expendable. Black men don't know how to become valuable to women who have options. They don't know how to compete.
Guys in the past, who if you were living in the 1920s, you would have easily found the girl, but in 2020, no. And so, yes, the guys can change. It's just that men have not been historically used to putting in this much work for simple women interaction, if you were to ask me. That's where it's a little bit of a disconnect with guys.
I think you're right. I think you're right. I think the flip side of that is that women a lot of times will be in these crappy marriages where they would be abused and not have any way out of that, right? So I think that's the flip side, is that as the world became more modernized, there became some more checks and balances. So, again, I'm not trying to be harsh. I hear you, but your shirt says it. Time to level up, fam. You having trouble? Let's get you.
Did Brad just have to tell this bandit to level up?
Pretty much.
Black men are.
As he's sitting there whining and complaining.
they are so embarrassing, man. This is embarrassing. Oh my
Listen,
God.
black men know they're expendable. I'm telling you, black men know they pose no benefit to any woman. That's why he keep mentioning the 1920s. Dude, you was in Jim Crow, you would have been strung up from a tree in 1920, but he doesn't care because women wouldn't have had no options.
Yeah, and that this is exactly why they with being with women in third world countries who need food and water to survive. Like, because they're out of it. This is why they need women to be completely out of options. And I think the Kitten Hills actually said that he wants women to be thirsty, starving.
Yeah. Well, because that's the only way, according to this black man, that's the only way he can be desirable, is if women have absolute no options. And, you know, they always bring up how lasting these relationships were. And this man of no color is telling you, your relationships lasted with these women because they didn't have the option to leave you. They didn't have the option to leave you. That's why they lasted. They had no other options. You need to level up. And black men don't want to level up.
And so I'm gonna play to the guy a little bit, because I was a little bit hard on the guy. Let me play to the guy. This is a fundamental challenge. Like I said, I experienced this is my anecdotal experience of other people and what I look at in the data. So the fundamental challenge is, let me give you an example. Goldman Sachs, I want to clarify this.
They cannot get past Goldman Sachs.
All right. So Goldman Sachs recently stated that they're launching a 1 million Black Women Initiative, okay? The 1 million Black Women Initiative is the initiative committing $10 billion in investment and investment capital, 100 million philanthropic capital to Black women, all right? So they're gonna take their money and use it to help build up Black women. Beautiful thing, right? Who's against them using their money to help Black women? No one's against this. Here's how it plays out in society. These women, they get this additional money, get additional schooling, they get additional capital to run business, they get additional resources, additional support systems. These women will become more and more successful, more and more competent. Then the question becomes, what happens to the men? What happens to the men who did not get this $100 billion stimulus? What happens to the men is they stay relatively stagnant, they stay with the same similar skills that they have, they stay with the same opportunities that they had. As these women continue to advance and get better and to become more successful financially, usually what you find, not all the time, but usually what you find when a woman reaches a certain level of financial status, she usually wants someone she considers her equal. You hear that in the nauseam. I want somebody who's my equal. The religious girls will say, I want somebody who's equally yoked as me, right? And so if you're putting all this money into women and you're building them up financially to where now, let's say in some places women will earn more than men, and then the women will say, we only want to marry men who earn the same or more than us. If you're not putting that resource into the men to build them up, there's a fundamental challenge as well. And so to me, I think there's situations that are going on in the modern era where society is not even putting these things into helping build up the men. A lot, like when we're starting the roommates, I would always try to find things, whether it was Black creators or creators, to help support what we were doing. Especially in the Black community, all I could find was Black women this, Black women initiative, Black women initiative this. I couldn't find any male stuff. And so,
do you know how pathetic this is? Like, do y'all hear how pathetic this is?
Yeah, he needs someone to empower him.
This is a Black man whining and crying to a white man that women are getting resources, and that nobody is giving resources to him as a man.
Yeah. And what's so pathetic about this, the least provided for group of women, he's complaining about them being given a chance to provide for themselves.
Mind you, you've had panels of so-called high-value men complaining about this Goldman Sachs thing. Black men will be complaining about this for a long time. They're going to be crying about Goldman Sachs. Like, you ain't about to have no discussion with Black men that don't involve this Goldman Sachs situation, because they genuinely believe that men, essentially white men, because who is the they that he's talking about? He's talking about white men giving Goldman Sachs as white men, You can go look at the board of Goldman Sachs. You can go look at the owners of them, white men. So he's essentially complaining that white men are giving women resources and not black men. These are your high value men, though, that you should just be submitting to. These are the high value men complaining. And see, they'll sit there and tell you welfare put them out the house. But is he not sitting up here basically mad because white men won't give black men no welfare? Thank you. I love being me. She said black men would just give the money to Becky. Goldman knows how to actually help the black community. Men don't give resources to other men. They just don't. Why are men giving black? Why is white zaddy providing for black men? And how long are black men gonna sit up here and cry and whine and complain because they don't know how to compete or make themselves valuable to women? This white man cannot relate to him. You can just tell he can't. He can't relate to this dude.
So to me, what I'm noticing is that yes, the guys gotta improve, gotta get better, but if there's no resources, no supports, and there's no structures to help the guys improve, where all the money and resources and structures in society is going into the women, you will have a disconnect, because the guy who in the year 1930, if you're working a factory job and you were a nice guy and you're respectful, you can find a wife in the 40s and the 50s. Now that doesn't cut it. And so to me, that also adds to the disconnect, where a lot of guys see that, especially with the financial mindset of a woman, it affects us. Because like I said, back in the day, when women weren't earning as much or having salaries, every guy earns more than you. So almost all guys were desirable from a financial aspect. So now when a lot of women, especially that I've met in a modern era, have a financial requirement, and the financial requirement does not allow the average guy to stand a chance. And so to me, I think that conversation is one of the additional reasons why men struggle and they're so frustrated as well today.
I think you make a valid point. There's investment being made into a demographic of people which has been underinvested historically, Black women, and maybe, or seemingly it could, that investment can also not impact men in a negative way. I would say that the flip side of that, there's two ways to think about it. Way number one is hypergamy. That's a really good point. Here's what I think about hypergamy. Jesus said wisdom will be proven right by her children. So the children literally, and the children of like wisdom, meaning that we're very close, if not already here, of there being a bunch of women in their 30s that didn't make the best decisions in their 20s, and or did really focus on their careers, and then they wake up in their 30s and 40s and realize, I wanted a family, and now it's too late, right? I think that's, and so I think at some point, if we're not already here, I think at some point every woman's going to know someone like that. I think every woman's going to look and be like, I don't want to be you, girl. Like, I'm not trying to be you, 45, single, doing the same nonsense, multiple kids with multiple fathers, not married to any of them. And sure, you make 7 figures, but you're not happy because you got no one to come home to, because you don't have the character to understand what it is. I think we're already there. And I think other women are going to look around and take notice and be like, I don't want to be like you, and you're married, but I don't want to have your marriage, right? Like, that seems like a lot of headaches. So I think that's already, I think that the market, the dating market is already solving that. The family is already solving that. And then I would also say, don't you think that is why me and you are here and channels like ours are here, is that, okay, respect, fine, we're not getting the grants, right? I mean, bro, I'm a Christian white male creator on YouTube, right? From one side, I could say the same thing. Oh, bro, there's no real YouTube creators isn't going to partner with me to do a thing like they partner with Black creators. Like I could say the same exact thing, but like, brother, I'm a white dude in America. Like, I struck the lottery, like, and I'm a refugee and an immigrant, so I got that chip on my shoulder, like, and I cut, you know what I mean? So like, I can say the same exact thing, but then it's like, come on, man, like as men, like, we already have a degree of advantage in the marketplace, especially as a white dude, I have a degree of advantage in the marketplace. So there's already resource. I've already had the Gary V's there giving me the blueprint 6 years ago on how to get my money up, on how to build a career, build an infrastructure, right? So I hear you, but don't you think
Yeah,
there's a only resource?
What do y'all think about that? Because listen, black men are embarrassing.
Yeah.
Black men are incredibly embarrassing.
This was bad. I just felt like he was sitting there saying, us black men can't do it. We need help. Our women are outpacing us. We need your help. I felt like he was pleading for this guy's help and sympathy for what he lacks as a man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is disgusting. If he's my son, I would.
Yeah, he wants white men to cry with. He wants this white man to cry with him and be like, "Oh, well, these modern women, they got all these options now, and we obsolete." Well, men of no color are not having that problem because, just like he said, other men set the foundation for him on how to get resources, how to make himself valuable, how to get businesses. You just got this dude sitting up here whining and crying, and he wants this white man to cry with him, and he ain't gonna do it. He's basically said, "Oh, well, please, daddy, give us the resources and help build us up so we can be desirable to these women, because we don't know how to compete in a society where women got options."
Right.
I think that black men are starting to see a lot more black women divesting. And I think that his cry is really because what he's saying is, we see you taking our women and we don't want you to do that. That's what I hear.
Mm-hmm. Well, somebody in the chat box said this man of no color's wife is a black woman. And that right there is interesting, though.
Exactly,
but it's
my
like,
point.
It definitely does, but it's like, why is he looking to this man of no color for sympathy? He just told you, as a man, you have a leg up in society. To me, I interpret that is, as a man, you should be giving the women the resources. You shouldn't be sitting in front of my face crying and complaining. I could cry and complain with you, but I'm not going to, because that ain't my situation, and I look weak as a man.
Right. Yeah, these oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
Like, I just don't know how black this is just pathetic.
It is.
This is the plight of the expendable trash bag bandit. And if he wasn't expendable, if he had something, if black men had spent their time building up their community rather than trying to integrate their home so Becky can be in them, would they be sitting here complaining now that they have nothing to offer the women that they want? You should have got your priorities straight, sir. You spent the last 60 years, black men spent the last 60 years doing what? All those years when black women didn't have options, didn't have the ability to get anything without a man. What were you doing during those times, black men? Sitting around twiddling your thumbs? Because you certainly weren't building.
Yep, and chasing after Becky. That's all they did.
And now they want to sit up here and complain and think that this man of no color is about to listen to, like, the whole concept that black women need to be invested in because they have not been invested in by anybody, not even black men. That whole point flew over his head.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even catch it.
And black men don't understand that the only men that don't find value in black women is black men. All other men value us. You can tell. Let your tire blow and you in distress and watch who's gonna pull over for you. It ain't gonna be no black man. It's not gonna be no black man.
And this is why the kitten and heels will not go mainstream, because unless they get this man right here to co-sign the tears of this man, you ain't going. They don't got those problems. They don't got the same problems that you do. So you sitting up complaining about a modern woman, oh, she got too many options, oh, you're unrealistic because you want a man to be. Since when do you sit up there and say it's a problem for a woman to want a man to be evenly yoked or bring to the table as much money as she has? So you can't even rise up to the level of women. Essentially, that's what he's complaining about. This black man is complaining that black men cannot even rise up to the level of their own women. And somebody should give him some sympathy, and you should just keep giving birth to him. You should just keep giving birth to them. Although if they can't even rise to your level, they can't benefit you. He's telling you, we can't do anything to benefit you.
And didn't Taz do a video about Rosa Parks, how when she was on her deathbed, a bunch of white business owners got together and paid like her rent and paid for her final expenses because black men didn't do that. But she had her cape on to not sit down on the bus to change the laws. It's like if everybody in America is watching the black women become the most educated, become the number one entrepreneurs, becoming, getting in all these political positions and all this power, what do you think other people are going to look at us as? Of course they're going to see us as valuable. Black men aren't doing anything as a collective, like absolutely nothing.
I was literally sitting here on mute talking. Did y'all know I was literally sitting up here muted talking once again?
I was wondering why I got so
okay while on mute. I was on mute asking what was wrong.
Yeah, because I'm saying, look, the thing is, I'm gonna get off of here in a minute because all of this stuff has been a lot. It just, like these callers, the over emotionalism is making me tired. So I'm gonna get off of here in a minute. But the thing of it is I want black women to pay attention to what black men are saying. Pay attention to what they're telling you. Is this black man sitting here saying, look, black women, I can enhance your life. I have value to you. I can benefit you. As you try to rise up to be the best that you can be, I'm going to already be the best that I can be. Or is he saying, I can't provide anything to you. I don't know how to make myself valuable to you. You have too much for me. You are doing way too much. As you're rising, I'm staying on the bottom. So these black men, if you listen to them, they will tell you they are expendable. They will tell you they can't benefit you. They will tell you there's nothing they can offer to you because another male group will not help them to rise to be men that can benefit you. He's basically saying white men are not giving black men the resources needed to elevate themselves. And it's not Brad's job to do that for you.
Just like it's not Brad's job to turn black women destitute, like they sitting back waiting on. Talking about they can't wait until black women don't have any resources, and then they'll become valuable. These men are crazy.
Mm-hmm. And then look at this. If the early 1900s were hard for women of no color, imagine how it was for black women. It was hell for black women. He's saying, I want black women back in that powerless situation where it ain't even safe for them to walk out the door, also that I can have options in a female. It is selfish and demonic. That this is what he wants is demonic. What black men want for black women is demonic. They don't want you to be safe. They don't want you to be elevated. They don't want you to have rights. They'll sit up there and complain about all the subjugation that they face, but they keep talking, like this dude sat up there talking about in the 1920s it was better because black women had no option. It could have been a death sentence for her to walk out her door. And that's the time that he wants you to be back in. Also that he can feel like a man when he ain't. See, because when you didn't have no options, they were able to conceal the fact that they ain't men. But now they can't do that. Now black men can't hide the fact that they're expendable, nothing ass bitches.
And not just that they didn't have options at the time, the laws for women, like a lot of them were non-existent. I mean, you could beat your wife and, you know what I mean, kill her and all type of stuff. And them men wouldn't go to jail. So, I mean, I'm reading between the lines. I think he's saying something more sinister than just not having options.
Yeah, he is. They are definitely saying something more sinister. And the reason, and the only reason that they want this situation is so that they don't have to be better. They don't have to work out. They don't have to exercise. They don't have to try to elevate, basically so they don't have to better themselves. He wants to be back in a time when a man just had to be a man, and that's the only requirement he had. Mind you, black men know that even during these times, they couldn't even provide for black women. In the 1920s, black men could not provide for black women at all. They couldn't provide for them. But he doesn't care. He just wants to be back in that situation so it would appear that he gets to that he's a man because he got his option of any woman. It's like it's so disgusting and selfish and demonic.
Here's a problem with that, right? So men don't have a leg up in the modern marketplace. The modern marketplace, the majority of people who have jobs are women, and this you can get into why later. When you see that the world transitioned from a industry-based economy to a service-based economy, right? Okay. So the factories are gone, the mega stores, the supermarkets have arrived, right? And so what you literally saw, especially at the end of the industrial era, is that now a lot of the jobs which are now service-based jobs are now jobs that benefit women, and women should take it. I'm not anti-that. For clarification, no part of my conversation is about bringing women down. So I don't want anybody to misconstrue it.
That is what you want.
Similar to education. If you look up any data about colleges, besides a few tech colleges like Georgia Tech and Caltech and MIT, almost every college in the United States is predominantly women. Almost every single last one of them. And so when you realize that college degrees, especially, hopefully things will be changing soon, college degrees are the red tape that's needed for most high-earning careers in America.
Who's stopping black men from going to college and getting degrees? Like, you just gonna complain about everything?
Yep, that's what they do. You know something else I was thinking about too, Stan. They always talk about how welfare took them out of the house, but they never talk about how they ran the war, and then they had to open up the job market to women because all the men ran to go die for a check. They never talk about that.
No. Like this is really disgusting. This is really, but this is the mind of black men, and this is what they think is normal. And he thinks that he's going to find some camaraderie in this man of no color as he sits here and whine and cry and complain about the fact that he can't be a man unless another man give him some resources. And it's like, you still wouldn't be that. No, even if men of no color gave black men all the resources in the world, you still wouldn't be men because you can't get resources on your own. You would still be reduced to the level of women. And unfortunately for him, most women are not interested in dating other women. They want other men. They want men who are in the position in society as men. And he's sitting up here crying because he cannot rise to that level. And that is black. I want black women to understand that is the problem that black men have with you, is that they cannot rise to your level. That you are out here getting it despite having all this oppression. And basically black men are trying to say, well, the only reason why black women are succeeding is because society is tipped in favor of women. No, it's not. It's not tipped in favor of women. And to say that society is tipped in favor of women is literally almost to say that society is tipped in favor of black people. And it's not.
I had a man come on my channel one time and try to shame me for being a truck driver. He called me masculine and told me that I had too much testosterone because I drive trucks, girl. I drive, okay? Like, everybody don't hop in the car and drive every fucking day.
This is disgusting. I don't. With this mentality that black men have, it should be easy for black women to not give birth to them, but it's not. It's not, because a lot of black women don't even understand what this black man is sitting up here saying. And that's the sad part, is that most of them don't even know what they're saying.
So when you study books like Dr. Warren Farrell's book about the boy crisis, where a lot of schools are not built to help males succeed. Males are dropping out at higher rates. All these things going on. There's not a lot of infrastructure and resources built to help the average person. And so I agree with you, right? I agree with you that the average person should take the resources and tools and find a Gary Vee, find your channel, find my channel, find the support systems and be successful. But we have to understand that's not how the world works. Go to Kings, go to Chronicles. Good leader, good people. Bad leader, bad people. This is how the world works. And unfortunately, what you see is that men is not enough men. Maybe there's an Isaiah and there's an Ezekiel during that time. Maybe there's a Ruslan and an Hafiz at that time, but it's not enough guys, right? And so to me, one thing that I've been seeing is that, I'm not playing the victim or saying, "Woe was me" for any male. But what I'm saying is that the world is changing. The world of old no longer exists. The world of old benefited men. No one's denying that. The modern world is now benefiting women. Nothing's wrong with that. Obviously, if women are doing well.
So hold on. In this black man's mind, the world has skipped over women even being on equal footing to men. And it's ran right into now everything is tilted in favor of. How did we miss the era where women were equal to men?
This man is psychotic, girl. And he bringing up the Bible. So we should have known it was some religion attached to his mindset, because we know that that book was created to create black male worship. And they did an excellent job at it, because this man is out of his damn rabbit ass mind and nothing he's saying makes sense. But this man is entertaining. I would have got rid of him. This conversation would have never went this far.
Like, he's delusional. So it's either to him, women having some rights is equal to society being tipped in favor of women. That's how he's seeing things happening. Even though in no industry is it more women than men. Women don't get paid as much as men. Women don't have no value like men do. Like, when did we skip past the era where women became on equal footing of men? We haven't even got there yet. We ain't even got there yet. But this black man, because he's so pathetic, because he's so expendable, because he has nothing to offer, he sees women simply having options as society being tilted in favor of women and in this favor of men. And it could never be that way, because in order for the women to have these options, they have to be given to them by men. So it can never be, as long as women will need to get options from men and rights from men, society will never be tipped in favor of women, ever. As long as they got to go through men to get their rights, no. Because the men could just snatch the rights right from them. But of course, a bandit ain't gonna know that. A bandit's not gonna be thinking about that, because all he's doing is crying the tears of an expendable, high value, most desired man on the face of the planet.
Oh, we should celebrate that. The fundamental problem is that as women become more successful, it becomes almost impossible for them to marry men who are less successful than they are.
And why should they? Why should women marry men who are less successful than they are? Like, what do you think this is? So you want women who have done everything they could to work and build themselves up. You want them to go be with a struggle bandit who has not done the same despite having more options and abilities to do so because he is a man?
That's what he just said. That's what he just said.
They want to be graded on the curve.
Yeah. Yeah. And that don't make sense. Like, why study hard? And like, what he's missing is, when you get into college, that is sacrifice. That takes dedication. That takes discipline. He acting like the women are just walking up saying, "Hey, I'm a woman, let me in college." That's not how it works, bro. Like, you have to make serious sacrifices in order for you to get in some of these Ivy League colleges and stuff. Stop acting like these women are just given these advantages because they're women. They're working for this shit.
That's what they believe, because like I've heard when I first came to this platform, this man told me that I was given a degree and I was given a good job when I was in corporate America. Like, they were undermine anything about that's their whole issue. That is their whole issue. Black women work hard to get what they want. Meanwhile, they only graduate high school, like 30% of the time or something like that. Like, but they blame us for their failures. You guys can't even get out of high school, but you're mad about women who actually graduate high school, go to college, and then earn graduate degrees. Like, they can't even relate to us collegiately.
Mind you, there's pockets of other groups of men who are complaining like this. But really, black men are primarily the ones complaining by this, overwhelmingly.
Mm-hmm.
Overwhelmingly, black men are the men who are talking about how much they want to go back to the 1920s because these modern women, we can't compete. You can't You're sitting here saying that you can't compete with the women that you want to choose you and then submit to you.
That's
These men are
insane.
delusional. Like they're completely delusional.
Yeah, it's almost like they're saying, okay, go get your degree, get your education, get your money, build up your business, and then come and let me bring my trash bags to you so I can downgrade you. Like,
Yep.
what? That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, this is what they want for black women. This is what they want. It's disgusting. They literally want black women to be oppressed. They literally just want you to be oppressed. They want you to have nothing. They want, even though they know they can't even provide for you and never could, they want you to be in a position to where you will be destitute without them.
Most common areas of symmetry in regards to marriage is college education. And so there's so many different statistics like that and things that are going on. And so to me, if this was a world where, a woman making $150,000 a year can marry a teacher in Alabama making $40,000 a year, or in Atlanta making $40,000 a year, there's no problem with that, right? But when you have
and I think it's interesting that he would sit here and mention $40,000 a year when that's on average what black men make.
World where there's this disconnect, and now there's a tension between the genders because the women feel like there's no good men and the men feel like the women don't want them. We have to find solutions that benefit both genders and hold both genders accountable. Like I said, primarily today we're talking and focusing on the men, but like I said, society is not the society of old where it's simply set up for every guy to come out the womb and win.
Sure.
There was another recent book that I read as well. And in this book, I remember this crazy, and the opening message was, if you were to have a child, what child would you want to have? Maybe if you were in communist China in the 1990s, everybody would say a guy. A lot of people say women because they understand that, man, a lot of guys suck. And it's way easier to be a successful woman than to be a successful man in today's world. And so there's just so many different layers that we have to do better to create a better society.
I'll give you that. So historically, the world has been for men, specifically in America. I think it's fair to say for white men. We've had some overcorrection with that, right? I think we could agree on that. Maybe it's maybe we've overcorrected a little bit. Maybe we haven't thought through that. I mentioned this yesterday.
He's literally telling this struggle bandit, we've given you everything that you needed to elevate yourself. Because if he feel like racially they've made overcorrections, then he feels like they've done too much for primarily black men who sitting here crying and complaining because he still can't rise to the occasion, even though they've overcorrected stuff.
One of the most obvious ways I think we overcorrect is when it's just symbolic and not competence. The most obvious egregious example of this, guys, buckle up. I used this example yesterday. I'm going to use it again. Don't get your feelings hurt. Kamala Harris is vice president, right? Did terrible in the Democratic primaries.
Horrible.
Some of the lowest, lost, was tanking in the state of California, dropped out super early, and was hated by the majority of constituents here because we knew she was a terrible district attorney in San Francisco, right? So in that, she still gets promoted to be a vice president. I think that's an example of that, right? Like it's like a gesture, it's a symbolic thing, and it's great that a woman of color is vice president. However, she's not very she's the lowest ranking polling vice president in modern history, lower than Pence, lower than Dick Cheney, lower than Biden, right? So I hear you. I hear that. I think that's a fair pushback. Sometimes when we overcorrect, it can do more harm than good. I understand that point. I'm not disagreeing with you, and I see how that can potentially put someone at a disadvantage who we could have had a better vice president that was a heartbeat away from the president. Instead, you got somebody that just didn't do very well across the board and is one of the most hated politicians of our day, but somehow she became vice president. I don't like that. I understand what you're saying. I'm with you. Let's talk about some solutions. What are some solutions? Because I think my solutions is,
I want y'all to listen to what this struggle bandit solution is, and then I'm gonna get off of here because I'm tired of hearing this dude cry. It's just, this is pathetic.
man, you can do it. Let me show you how, right? If we're talking financially, if we're talking faith, if we're talking fitness, let's provide you some resources, right? Let's provide you some resources. If I don't have the answers, I'm going to shoot you to my trainer who's really into the fitness side. If I don't understand some of the dating scene because I'm removed from it, send you to the roommates, right? Let's provide you some solutions. What are the solutions right now? Because I'm a guy. I think the market is going to work itself out. That's me. I'm a free market guy. I really think these things are going to get worked out. I think you're going to have enough women that are going to wake up and be like, yo, life sucks not being married and having kids. Or life sucks because I don't have a respectful, quote unquote, equal marriage. What do you see the solutions are in these situations?
Yeah, so I want to answer your last question, your first question, definitely. So the market will definitely balance itself out. It kind of always does, but at what cost, right? Mass shooters are usually whom? Usually males. They're usually single males. They're usually detached males. They're usually angry males. They're usually cynical males, right? And so to me, it's like, if we're like, the market will correct itself in 50 years, cool, no problem. But what's going to happen within those 50 years as men get angrier and angrier and more disconnected and more lonely and less desirable and more blamed? So I definitely agree with you 100%. The market will eventually correct itself. But then the unfortunate reality is like, who's going to be the sacrifices to the market correcting itself? And so let's go to solutions, right? So the very first thing is, which is why, the roommates has evolved the way it has. I mean, we've gone through so many different seasons and with the channel and so much nuances and we've come to a lot of different changes, but we've realized that men need tangible tools and resources to become better. Which is why I created my 10 Steps to Healthy Manhood program to give guys 10 simple, easy steps that you can use that to build the life that you want today. I realized that there's 3 major issues that men deal with: purpose, identity, and community. Those are the 3 major things. Purpose, what am I doing here today? Yeah. Pastor Mark always said men drive straighter with like a dump truck, men drive straighter with a heavy load. So men need a load of responsibility on their backs. Men need purpose. The modern era doesn't have purpose. Back in the day, you would have purpose, right? So like Jesus was sent into the earth. His purpose was to redeem humanity from its sin. He had purpose, right? Paul's purpose was to go and preach the gospel. David's purpose was to be king of Israel. These men had purpose. Most men today are just born. They have no mom giving them purpose. They had no dad around. They have no purpose. So men have to find a way to get purpose, and I tell every single man, if you don't have a purpose, I give them resources like a Psychology Today article where you type in how to find your purpose.
Did y'all catch the Struggle Bandits? This Struggle Bandits solution other than for other men to give him money? Because that's what I heard him say. Men, give them some resources, basically.
Mm-hmm. That's what he said.
He wants black male welfare.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And this is what I'm saying, but these are the men, the males who will sit up there, because if you thought you were that desirable, why are you complaining about women having options?
Right.
Why are the most desired men sitting up there complaining that women have? Now, the funny thing is, men of no color haven't declared themselves the most desired men. They could, but they haven't. They haven't declared them. Black men have. Black men have declared that. They've sit up there talking about how much they've done, how much they've built, their high value, all this.
They're blessed.
But they're mad that Goldman Sachs. Let me look up the owners of Goldman Sachs, because I want y'all to see.
Don't tell me Goldman Sachs out here giving more blessings than the God of Israel is. That's where all their blessings and all this kind of stuff comes from, they say.
The owners of Goldman Sachs is the Vanguard Group. I guess they multiple stockholders. They got BlackRock Fund Advisors, T. Rowe Price Associates, SSGA Funds Management, and the Vanguard Group. Now, the one who owns the most of them is the Vanguard Group. They own most of the shares of the stockholders of Goldman Sachs. They have about 10 different owners is what they have. But The bottom line of it is are we going to act like this is not a group of white men?
Right.
Or are we really about to act like this ain't a group of white men?
You know what? So, also, it just sounds like black men. They talk all this rhetoric about how God is gonna come and do this and save them and put them on top and all of this. But every time they begging for something, it's always begging some white dude for something. Get your knee off his neck. Let me get some money. Why I can't get no resources? Like it's like I thought y'all worship God though.
Yep.
It's fine.
They're just pathetic. Like they really are. And now I'm starting to get a headache based off how pathetic they are, because all they want to do is sit up here and cry because white men won't give them welfare. Here are your high value men. Here are your desirable men. Here are the men that you should be bowing down and submitting to. Is a struggle bandit who complaining because men won't give them resources. Now, you would think black men wouldn't be asking from a resource from any male group, least that resource put them out of their homes and stop them from raising their kids. Yet it's like you ain't even in a house raising your kid. Why would somebody give you some resources to do what? What are black men going to do with their resources? It's just pathetic. But I'm about to get up. Look, y'all trash, like you little dusty hating, like why do these hating women think that we don't know you coming in here because you're a hater? Like y'all think somebody's dumb, like we don't know that you're the dusty bitch hating brigade?
Yeah,
we know exactly what y'all doing.
Right. Yeah. Them bitches are so pathetic. It don't even make no sense, girl. Girl, you should see my comment section sometime. I'll be like, wow.
They're the same black man.
They are.
They just as raggedy as these three trash bag struggle bandits. It just is what it is. They just as raggedy. But anyway, I'm about to get up off of here because I'm getting a headache. I'm about to go take me a hot bath and not worry about herpes infested haters calling on the phone line. It's like, go get you some Valtrex, bitch, and stop complaining about some infected BBC that you done swallowed and had running up in you.
That's right.
It's like, your story ain't mine. So don't try to sit up here talking about, oh, you guys know BBC is infected with STDs. The ones that you've been sitting on is clearly infected with STDs. And you should stop doing that.
Everybody don't have they sometimes. It's weird.
Yeah, that's weird. Anyway. Did you two ladies want to say anything before we leave?
Thank you for inviting me on your panel once again. I love both of you very much.
That video part, I'm gonna split that video part up with the crying struggle bandit. I'm gonna split that off separately because I really need black women to digest that video. I need black women to really digest what that dude is saying.
Yeah.
Because it's like they don't want nothing good for you.
They don't. They don't even want you to have a damn education. I mean, that shit ain't even illegal though. Like, damn, I can't even be smart. Like, what the fuck?
You can't have food stamps. You can't have government cheese. You can't have education.
Black women can't even put in no work on their own accord without it being somehow of a threat to black men. Like, how are you threatened by women bettering themselves?
Right. Like they want us to waddle in the mud like they doing. It's like, dude, we tired of being on the bottom. Like, are y'all not tired? What the fuck?
No, they not. And they like, well, why ain't the white men giving us no money? Y'all not investing in us. Okay, when in history ever do men just give resources to other men? Maybe it's me that, do y'all know of a time ever where men ever invested money in other men?
No.
Like, I just don't know that time has ever existed, so I don't understand why black men would even have that expectation some men would invest in men. And no, men compete with other men. They ain't about to do nothing for you.
They look at these white men as their fathers. That's what I was talking about in my video yesterday. Like they look at them as they look at the white, like they be teasing black women about calling white man zaddy or whatever, but it's zaddy for them. They look at them like they're their father. Help me, daddy. That's what they're saying.
And the sad part is, if they were to take their asses down to the Supreme Court and go and file a suit for all of the death and the slavery and the mass incarceration and all the other things that they claim that these white men have done to them, they would be rich. I don't understand why they begging for money that is rightfully theirs. The FBI and the government got on national TV and said, yeah, we killed you. Now what you gonna do about it? I mean, they admitted it. Like, if that's not a solid case, I don't know what is.
No, in the year, let's say 2060, 2080, there is going to be an influx of black men complaining that Goldman Sachs took black men out of the home.
They are.
It's coming. Yeah.
I mean, they've been saying that in the comment section of every post that had anything. I'm gonna end up drilling Kanye West tomorrow. I just am. I really am. On a side note, I'm really gonna end up drilling Kanye West. I just know I am. It's almost like I'm being forced to drill Kanye West, and I don't even want to talk about Kanye West. I don't. Yeah. But I'm probably gonna end up drilling him tomorrow in some video.
You're gonna have to.
Because this just like, and then there's a thing on here on Instagram that says Virginia's first black Jamaican immigrant woman lieutenant governor says we need to move on from slavery. You do. Like, what the hell? And this is supposed to be a problem?
Yeah, and they ain't even doing nothing about it. They not trying to, get no reparations from it. They not trying to fix it. So just shut the hell up. Why don't you?
Right. It's like if all you gonna do is whine, cry, complain, and bitch, then you do need to move. But do something about it or move on from it. And it's like somebody's supposed to shed some tears for you because you complaining about slavery. If slavery was that bad, why did you walk off the plantation and into the Supreme Court so you can have access to Becky? I don't have any sympathy for black men. I don't. My days of black male worship are long over. I don't have any sympathy for whatever you feel like you're going through. I don't have any sympathy. You're not doing anything about it, so you must like it. And if you running around crying to white men about slavery, your tears are falling on deaf ears. Either do something about it or stop complaining. It's like how long are they gonna sit up here and complain about this? This is just like how long? How long are you gonna whine and bitch and complain about this and not do anything about it? Because if we ask you what are you doing about it, you gonna say you can't. So if you can't do anything about it, then why are you talking about it? It's like, stop complaining about stuff that you're not going to do anything about. Right. It's like they just don't need to be here no more. I'm tired of them.
I agree.
I'm so tired of them. The world is tired of black men's tears. Ain't nobody about to do nothing for you. Ain't nobody giving you no reparations. They not about to give you no resources. They not.
Well,
no, nobody's about to do it.
Well, who should be crying is the damn taxpayers, because if they costing the economy $50 billion, and as much as I damn work, that means most of my tax dollars going to support these niggers, and I got a problem with that.
Yeah, and I pay a lot of taxes.
Me too.
I don't want my tax dollars going to some lazy, expendable bummy males who ain't gonna do nothing with it anyway. Because, like, what are you gonna do with it?
Don't even start on the taxes. It makes me feel like I was supposed to still be having churn or something.
I'm trying to avoid even filing taxes because of how much I'm gonna owe. That's the thing. I know. I don't even want to deal with taxes.
I'm trying to find a nonprofit organization. Oh, I think I'm gonna give it to what's his name with the school, the Zion Institute, because I'm not giving it to them. I would rather give it to somebody who I know gonna use it right. And I don't want my money going to no niggers. I just don't.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to pick up another nonprofit to kind of donate to as well, because even with what the IRS is doing, like tracking your cash apps to get your money.
Don't forget, you can, because we're creators, you can also write off your furniture, your living room furniture, because that's your setting, your sets. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like there's so much stuff. Well, we'll talk offline or whatever. Like I try to find anything. Okay.
Yeah, definitely give me some tips on some stuff that I can write off, because they be playing. I wonder how many other black women have to pay taxes to fund black men's bumminess and the fact that they ain't doing nothing. Curls, yes, they are now the actually beginning on the 1st of this year. If you get Cash Apps or PayPal's or Zelle or Venmo transactions of $600 or more, they want to tax it. Yes.
Yep.
They want access to your bank account to see how many of them you've gotten so that they can tax it. They sure are. But anyway, I'm about to get off of here because I need to go lay down. I really do. I've been sitting on this couch, but I need to lay down. All this dust done bothered me, and I still got stuff to pack. And so I'm about to go run me a hot bath and throw some bath bombs in it.
That sounds
and
good.
just have Calgon take me away. So thank you two lovely ladies for coming up here. You know I love you for it.
Thank you for having us.
Let me know if y'all want to do like a 3-way call.
Yeah, we can. I ain't doing shit but driving, girl. You already know what I do for a living.
Yeah,
I'm not really about to do nothing but lay up in this bathtub, so y'all want to.
This video, so I wouldn't mind decompressing the dust for sure.
Right, for real. I got a freaking headache with all this nonsense.
Okay, well let me end this live stream and get on this phone.
Okay.
All right, thank you to everybody who called in. I just had to hang up on y'all. I couldn't take no more calls. Thanks to everybody who super chatted. Sorry I couldn't get to them and read them. Thank you guys so much. Subscribe to Nyla's Vibes. Subscribe to New World Tarot, NU World Tarot, and subscribe to Taz Exclusives. Where are the links so we can pop them down there? And let me get our song going after we get up out of here and get these links going.
Let's jump, let's jump, let's jump. Bitch, nigga, let's talk about what's realer. You say you got that thriller, but you out here with that sugar. Sweet nigga, you fluffy like a pillar. And now I ain't no killer, but I'm having you for dinner. See, I got time today. You need to watch the words that you say. You spitting hate in every way, picking up dust like every day. The guns out, it's time to play. Over there looking like young M.A. Say you the truth, well, how I sway. Cynthia, Nala, how you get paid? Why you wanna talk? You don't know what you talk about, nigga. What you talking about, nigga? Why you in the house on the couch? You the cloud route, nigga. Why you wanna shout? Turn you out? You a rock cop, get up. Dick all in your mouth, you with route pussy, boy, I see it in ya. Shout out to Tags Exclusive, the GOAT, Nala said, Cynthia G, all the people that's out here standing up for people who see. Everybody out here that's blind got a problem with the people who see. But guess what? You ain't gonna stop this movement, baby. Our eyes are open. We gonna keep spitting this motherfucking truth. We don't care what y'all talking about. Get down or lay down. That's what time it is. Yeah.